Hello everyone, my name is Philip, the host of the Backslog, and welcome to the re-upload of the very first episode. Before we begin, I'd like to talk about why these are being re-uploaded and give some of my thoughts on the episode in question. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to do that for every re-upload of the Backslog until we're all caught up. So with that said, if you'd like to skip all this preamble, then I'll add a timestamp here for you to be able to do so. A little over 2 years ago, in early 2024, I wanted to create a podcast where Zen and I could talk about stuff freely without having to conform to any given theme, kind of like how Zen, Kat, and Doug do with the Disney debate. As such, I wanted to repurpose a scrapped podcast idea I had with our friend Michelle a few years back, the name of which was the Backslog. We all have backlogs, whether that be for movies, games, books, TV shows, what have you. And as I'm sure many of us are very well aware, getting through that backlog of ours can oftentimes be a chore. Or, a slog. It can oftentimes be very hard for us to try and experience everything we possibly can when so many great pieces of media are coming into the world every single day. And so the point of the series is simple. Zen and I will sit each other down, recommend each other something episode to episode, and slowly chip away at our list little by little. And along the way, we decided, hey, we talk to Tifa all the time, why not rope her into this as well? It's a podcast idea I've wanted to run with for a long time now, but unfortunately, given our individual schedules, it's been hard to try and maintain at a consistent schedule, which is why in the 2 years it's been running, we've only managed to do 7 episodes thus far. We've been streaming these episodes to mitigate the need for editing, since that would just bloat our schedules out even more. But even still, things have not gone as smoothly as I would have hoped. Going from episode 8 onwards, I'd like to make the Backslog a little bit more polished and have it released on a more consistent schedule. I can't promise total consistency since things are always bound to change in our lives, but at bare minimum I'd like to have an episode out once every 2 months. So as such, we're re-uploading the first 7 episodes outside of the stream format, both so that we can have things remain consistent when we move to this kind of upload schedule from episode 8 onwards, and also so that we can reflect a little bit on what's come before. With that said, because we were starting this podcast still relatively early on in 2024, we decided to make this episode a recap of the media we had experienced in 2023. This would also serve as a replacement for the Games Zen Played videos that we had done in 2021 and 2022, because by this point we were really trying to focus on other scripted projects, and adding another thing on top of that would be a yearly commitment just didn't feel right to us. What's worth noting in that regard actually is that Zen really misses doing those Games Zen Played videos, and we're actually planning to bring those back in a more freeform manner, so it's not going to be like Games Zen Played in 2025, but rather Games Zen Played video number 1, we haven't exactly figured out the exact naming convention for those yet, but it's something we want to do going forward because Zen really misses talking about games, in a short form way, so yeah, you can look forward to that whenever it ends up happening. That said, because this is 3 people talking about literally everything they experienced the prior year, whether it be from movies, TV shows, games, etc., it also means that we had a lot to talk about. So much so that this is only part 1 of the media we experienced in 2023. This first stream would last for 2.5 hours, and the latter stream would last for over 4 hours. That's something I'll say for the second video. So please keep in mind that this is a very freeform first episode of the podcast. We try and add a little bit more structure to things as things go on, to some success and other failure. We'll talk about that as we go on. But I'm still happy with our discussion overall, even though Zen was very clearly getting tired by the end of it, and I had to make the decision that, actually, no, this should be 2 individual episodes, because this would otherwise be 7 hours long or some shit. If we do an episode like this again, I'd like to talk to Zen and Tifa ahead of time about the timing of all our individual topics, and whether or not we should split it up instead of deciding on the fly whether we should do so. But given that we're going back to the scripted format with Games Zen Played, I don't think we're going to need to do that. So, with all that preamble being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video regardless. And hello everyone, how is it going? Welcome to the very first episode of the Backslog. My name is Philip, I am your host for the Backslog, and joining me for both this episode as well as every episode going from here, it won't always be strictly the 3 of us, it might just be the 2 of us, or, we might have guests on board, but these are going to be my 2 co-hosts for basically the entire series. First and foremost, I have the founder of this channel, Zenith Warrior Princess. How are you going, Zen?
Cerveza Cristal.
Yeah, because that's a current meme going on right now.
I'm doing good. It's been a week, but I also have this box from Tifa that I'm gonna open before we get started. But yeah, I have a present. I don't know what it is.
And of course, on that note, we also have our my second co-host here with us today. She is one of the editors of the Bun Squad, just like me, I myself am. We have Tifa, otherwise known as Gutslove. How are you going today, Tifa?
Zen stole the bit. I wanted to say cerveza cristal as the
Well,
only true Spanish speaker of the team.
You are the Mexican here. I'm Irish.
You are of Irish descendant.
I'm Italian and Irish. I'm Italian and Scotch Irish. But on that note, let me actually open your present and see what you got me. What's in the box?
Yeah, so just for a bit of context before you do that, Zen. Basically, Tifa has been saying for a while how she was gonna send Zen a present. For I'm assuming a belated Christmas present, or was this for something else, Tifa?
It was just a random gift.
Okie dokie, yeah. So she's been saying she was gonna send Zen a present for a little while, and Zen was like, "Oh, well, I got it, but let's open it up on stream." So you can go ahead and do that, Zen.
Because I'm like, she wouldn't tell me what's in the box, and I don't know what's in the box, and it's a big box. Okay, I've opened.
It's not that big.
It's a bag. Okay, what is? Oh, you didn't. Hold on, let's open. You got me a PS3 controller. I can play Mass Effect now.
There you go.
I can finally play Mass Effect. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you, Tifa.
Yeah,
They've been wanting me to play Mass Effect forever.
Zen's been asking for a PS3 controller for a little while now. She's been trying to find one and get one. So yeah, it's really cool of you to have done that, Tifa.
So I'll test it out in a bit, just to see if it kind of functions. But I mean, I had money for a PS2 controller, but then I started the new job, and I'm like, I have to pay debts. So thank you. Now I have to play Mass Effect, so that'll be in next year's Backslog.
Yeah. And also we don't have a chat on screen, but we will be responding to chat messages. When we can. Hi. So hello to everyone in chat right now. I see Rosen in there. I see Nick. I see Fruity, who is a constant viewer of my streams. So thank you for showing up again, Fruity. And then also I see Ruby Galaxy, who says that it's late where they are, so they apologize if they can't chat too much. That's totally fine. I hope you enjoy our commentary. Either way, I'm also going to be putting music in the background here, which I didn't think to do before we started the stream, so let me fix that up right now. There we go. Let me put some Sonic Mania in the background just for this stream. A lot of the assets on this stream, I will say, aren't going to be a lot of them are very thrown together, so I apologize for that. It's this is the first
It'll be fine. This is a pilot. It's not supposed to be perfect.
I know, but I'm just putting that precaution out there right now, just in case anyone mentions anything. This is our first time doing this, so go easy on us. I will ask though, how does the music sound compared to my voice and compared to Zen and Tifa's voices? So Zen, Tifa, go ahead and speak.
Well, first of all, Phil, you're fired.
No, she is not fired because I say so. But then again, she did show me a picture that I will not repeat what it was, because
the reason why I started
damage.
firing her, this is why I started firing Phil.
All I will say is that the One Piece is real, and I think most of you probably know what I'm talking about.
I hate you. You have no pity for me. Like, I legitimately do not like you.
The volume is fine. Thanks for that. Thank you. You folks perfect the way you are. Oh, thank you, Fruity. Thank you. Phil Red? That doesn't work. That doesn't work, Nick. With that being
Fillard.
With that being said, thank you all for joining us on the Backslog. I guess we should probably explain what the Backslog is. You know, just in case you have never heard me talk about this podcast, because funny enough, this isn't the first time that I have tried to kick something off with this kind of adjacent name. I guess it kind of started a few years ago because, like, this was before I even met Zen. Basically, I tried to have, like, a series called, like, Filip's Backlog, where essentially the whole concept was I go through movies and games and shows that I've been playing, and I kind of just, like, talk about them gradually. That never really took off, so when I started doing stuff on the Bunt Squad, I was like, okay, well, let's, you know... essentially, this was back in our Phasing Forward days, and if you don't know what Phasing Forward is, it is a now unlisted or privated series where Zen and I were basically talking about Phase 4 of the MCU as it gradually came out. That ended up not lasting because we were just like, man, doing all these Disney Plus shows back to back to back is really draining. And a lot of them are also kind of mid, so let's stop.
I warned you of this. I warned you, but no, and you want to do it every single week. Every week.
Yeah, it was really draining. But essentially, during that, there was one show, I think it was Falcon and Winter Soldier, where Zen couldn't make it, make it to those streams because essentially she was, I believe you were going through a lot of your health issues at the time, or no, what it was your computer had crapped out and you had to either go get it fixed or get a new computer. So for that,
it was the fault of my cats where they broke the charge port on my computer. And that was a whole thing.
Yeah, and so basically for that series, I had gotten Michelle, who a lot of you guys will know as the voice actor for Chiaki in the Bun Squad, and she was joining us throughout that to basically act as a co-host during Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And so we did that, and I was like, hi, it was really fun doing the series with you, Michelle. Why don't we just would you like to join me for this one thing I've been trying to get started for a little while? And that was the Backslog. And at the time, we had basically started it as like just a typical edited podcast that we had I had been doing for Phasing Forward. But that unfortunately didn't last more than a single episode because Michelle has her own schedule, I have my own, and things just didn't really progress from that point, and so it ended up being canned. And as we started to think, and this was back in 2021, and so from last year, as we were starting to think of different kind of podcasts we wanted to do for this channel, for the main Bun Squad channel, I was like, well, we should talk about the Sonic cartoons, which that was actually Zen's idea. It's like, I want to talk about Sonic cartoons because she's playing through all the classic games.
I want to talk about Sonic.
Yeah, and so she because she's tackling all the classic Sonic games on Bun Plays over on Bun Squad Gaming, and so it's like, well, we want to do that. Well, plus we should also make something for One Piece live action because we're big One Piece fans, Zen and I, and so we keep coming through with all these ideas, and I'm like, we should have like one big umbrella to talk about all of these Sonic. Not just Sonic. Well, we should have like one big umbrella to talk about all of these like shows and games and all these other things we want to talk about. And I was like, you know what? I think if anything, this is what we should bring the name The Backslog back for. And so I decided, let's bring this back as a brand. Let's kick this off on the main channel, and let's go from here. Like I said before, I am going to be the primary host for this series for every episode going forward. Zen and Tifa will be with me for the vast majority of episodes. However, there will be episodes where, it'll just be Zen and I, or it'll just be Tifa and I, or, like I said before, there will be episodes where we do hope to bring in some co-hosts here and there. Like, for example, Michelle, if she ever wants to come back onto the podcast, she's more than free to do so, because, you know, she did start it with me like 3 years ago at this point, and I would feel like a dick if she was never on this version of the show. So, you know, I definitely do hope that we can make that happen at some point. But yeah, Zen, Tifa, and I will be the consistent hosts of this podcast, and we will be basically talking about any game or show or movie or even like manga or comics that we are reading or playing or watching at any given point, and you know, that we've basically kicked off of our backlog. And, you know, it won't always be fast. That's why it's called the Backslog, because we are slogging through our ginormous backlogs. That's where I got the name. Aren't I clever? Hashtag no, I'm not. But so, but for today's podcast, it's not going to be talking, because usually when we do this, it's going to be talking about a singular show or a singular game or just a singular topic in of itself. But for today's episode, we're going to be doing a concept that we're going to be doing every few episodes on the Backslog, where instead of just talking about one singular topic, we're going to just be like talking about what we've been playing recently or what we've been watching recently, and basically just going around the table and being like, and just sharing what we've been doing, and like, and you know, and we get to just hear what, you know, what these things are, and like, you know, and just the experience that we've each had going through these things. And for this first episode, we decided what better way to kick things off than to look back on the year that's gone by with 2023 and look at everything that we ourselves have all been playing and watching and what have you. So, yeah, welcome to the media that we have experienced in 2023. And I guess to kick things off, I guess I should ask Zen and Tifa, how was 2023 as a whole, as far as your media consuming experience?
I mean, it was kind of all over the place for me. I had some really high highs, some lows. There's a lot of stuff that I really liked, but like I made, like, my goal for this year was to, like, all right, let's get through some of the stuff that I've been putting off for a while, finish some games, get to at least 75% completion. For the record, by the end of the year, I did get to 76% completion, but then I added a new game today, so like it kind of went back down. But my goal was to just, you know, get some games actually, like, I haven't played in a while or haven't completed, and just actually get them done, and that was good. It just, a lot of the games that I had to complete were long.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird. My face is still kind of swollen from electrolysis yesterday. I may need to take next Monday off because it is kind of hurting a little bit. I think they hit like a blood vessel or something like that, but ow. My face hurts.
Yeah.
This is all your fault, Phil.
How is it my fault? It's always my fault for whatever. Also, I just realized on the stream settings that the stream latency is set to normal latency. I should have set it to low, so I apologize about that. I will fix that for next stream. So if you guys are posting messages in the chat and we don't respond to them for a little while, that's why. But yeah, Tifa, what about you? How was your experience with the media you experienced last year?
Well, I have 4 different categories, of course, because I'm typically very organized, but then again, sometimes it just goes out the window. Mm-hmm. So in this case, I did decide to put it in like 4 different categories, be it movies, TV shows, which include animated shows, anime, which are an entire category in itself, and of course, games. No, I will not remember all of the things that I did last year, because I mean, sometimes I am a bit of a scatterbrain.
I do, because I made a media thread about everything I played and watched and stuff. So I I fully remember what I experienced last year.
But thanks to both Nintendo and PlayStation's like, oh, your game end review or whatever to tell you like, oh, these are the games that you played, these are the games that you played the most, and blah blah. And most of them, thanks to that list, I remembered many of them, and I actually made a like games I played in 2023 list way before this, and now I have a chance to talk about. In terms of movies, I didn't go to the theater that much this year. I only went for like some of the big hits, which we will talk later. In terms of anime, way too many to list, and you can even hear my thoughts on certain anime in Rosen's own podcast, Randome, which happens every week. In terms of gaming, unfortunately, it has not been really good because my attention was stolen by a specific game that Zen knows all too well.
Oh yeah.
And so for this year, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna put a pause on that game and play at the very least 2 to 3 games before I go back for a specific amount of time, because I mean there's character banners that are gonna come out soon that I want.
Yeah, if there's anything I want to focus on this year as far as like media that I'm going through is I want to knock a lot of games off of the list. Like right now I'm going through Persona 3 Reload, so that's my main focus, and then after that I'm gonna really focus on Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth and Spider-Man 2. Both of which, because Spider-Man 2 I started but haven't finished, and then I haven't even picked up Rebirth yet because I do want to replay FF7 Remake. But after those, because those are all new titles, after those I really want to jump right into like a lot of games on my backlog, at least that are on PS4 and 5. Like I want to go through the Tomb Raider series, I want to go through Uncharted, I want to go through a lot of stuff, you know. So there's a lot on my list, but as far as my media consumption goes, I've watched a lot of newer movies. I did make sure to catch up on the latest Marvel movies, except for the Marvels, which I have not actually seen yet. I began a new marathon, which I still got to get back to. I marathoned through an entire series of Halloween movies, which which again I will get into. And even though I didn't play a whole lot of games, I did play a decent chunk that I can't wait to get into and speak my mind about. But yeah, I guess the question I have right now is, how do you guys want to begin this? How do you guys want to
I think we should do kind of like a round robin, because my first one is something that I've talked about a little bit before, so I'm not going to talk too much. I say we go in a circle kind of thing.
Yeah, I say we go me, then you, then Tifa, then me, then you, then Tifa. Like basically just like go in a circle. But I just want to like know like where should we go from as far as like games and movies and shows, because I know Zen, your list is mostly games because you didn't really count up the
it's all games.
Yeah, it's all games.
It's all games.
Yeah, because you didn't count up the shows or movies that you experienced last year, even though
because we talk about a lot of them like in the Disney debate, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, I do know of like 2 or 3 that you can have a word on, but like that's the stuff that's also on my list is the thing. So yeah. Why don't we start with you, Zen? Why don't you knock something off of your list?
All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about, I finally finished off Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, like the DLC and the Platinum Trophy. And the stupid thing is like this took forever. The total playtime that I have for this game was 252 hours and 59 minutes, and it took from October 2022 to 2/28/2023 for me to finish that segment, and that was just me playing Borderlands, like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. And it's like, I want to say right now, I love Borderlands, and on its own, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a fantastic game. It is probably my favorite of the entire series. It does a lot, but the end game sucks. And part of the reason that I'm like really getting into roguelikes now is because they decided, what if the end game is roguelike? And like the only way to keep playing and keep leveling up characters and to keep like doing everything is to complete the roguelike, and it's a slog. It is a slog to get through. I like parts of it. I like the ideas present in it, but it took so long, and just the trophy that took the longest was gathering all this gold. Like, you have to get so much gold, and Tifa went into this on the like last year when we went into the video, but like it takes so long because getting all the upgrades takes so much time, and it tier upgrades every so often. So I'm just like grinding through this game. It became a slog, and it's like, I love this game, but why did it have to be like this? And I'm like, I want 10 more Tiny Tina games. But if they do this, I want them to be like, yo, chill with the end game, because Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina Wonderlands both had the same problem with the end game being such a slog to finally complete. It's a completionist nightmare, and I just want a standalone game. That's all I want.
Yeah, I can get that. I can get that a lot. Do you got anything else to say on Tiny Tina?
I mean, it's like there are some fun ideas. Some of the DLC chapters are fun. Like the bosses I liked, but like it's not really story DLC. It's like just a lot of like, we're gonna add a short campaign where you go through more randomized dungeons, and it's like, if I wanted a roguelike, I'd play Hades, you know? But at the same time, Tiny Tina got me to play Binding of Isaac later in the year, and it's the reason why I'm starting Hades now. So it's like, it got my foot in the door, but I feel like it was really trend chasing when the game was Borderlands D&D. That's all it needed to be.
Yeah, I still gotta play all the Borderlands games myself. I still haven't played any of them really. My brother can tell you all about Borderlands because he loves that series, and he thinks 3 is kind of mid, which is just the general.
3 is the weakest one in the series. 3. Here's the thing: is like, when you start off, it makes some of the best quality of life improvements, but it has so much glitches and problems with its completion structure that it brings it down. And I could have forgiven that if it was like a good story, but it's the worst story out of all the games.
Yeah, I just generally hear the sentiment of like, this isn't like, it's the weakest game in the series. That's just the general sentiment I hear about it. But as far as contribution, I can't really say anything about Borderlands other than Tiny Tina seems like a fun character, and her game seems like a lot of fun, but I can't really say anything else. What about you, Tifa?
It's the funniest, so yeah.
It was thanks to both working on Zen's video of like the games that she played that I got to know more about Tiny Tina. Like, I already knew the concept, like, oh, it's just Borderlands but with D&D and so on and so forth, and then I worked on the video, and I also saw a few clips here and there by other streamers, especially one from a few days ago, which I think I sent you the video through TikTok. I can't really remember, and I'm like, you know what, I like the comedy, I'm buying it. And I bought it. I just need to play it.
I seduced a drawbridge. It was amazing.
And I need to play it because ever since Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a shot. But first and foremost, I need to play the games that I already have on hand because they've been gathering dust because of one particular game. And Zen knows this game.
Would you like?
Is it Genshin?
Would you like to talk about said game?
It is the impacts of the Genshins.
Yeah, I guess let's start talking about this now, because I'm pretty sure Zen and Tifa are gonna have a lot to say. Me less so, but why don't you guys go off and start talking about this?
Well, I originally downloaded the game back when I think it was 2022, when I still hadn't got when I still didn't get the PlayStation 5, but I had it downloaded, but I had yet to play it. Then I got my hands on the PlayStation 5 and decided, since it's a bigger it's a bigger beast, I'm gonna play it through there. And I fell in love with it because of course, recommendation by Zen, and how she can have finally someone to get some of the co-op trophies. Aside from that,
we did quite a few.
Yeah, we did quite a few because I'm still pretty weak sauce. I still have to get the hang of certain things like artifacts and weapons and so on and so forth, because I am weak sauce. I don't want to use the word casual because I'm like, there's some people who are hardcore with certain games, but casual just feels not necessarily as an insult, but kind of like, oh, so you're one of those. Because
one of those filthy casuals.
People can be dicks. And so I continued with Genshin. It was a big freaking, oh my god, it was an addiction. I loved it. I progressed through it so fast, and I also did some of the side quests and whatnot. Fast forward, I then decided to have like a little bit of a break. I do have a break, but then get back. I do another break, and then I get back. The reason as to why I continued very, very heavily in 2023 was because of the French countryside. Well, not necessarily countryside. The French steampunk.
I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't gotten to Fontaine, and my Genshin video is basically recording up until Fontaine's release, which I haven't gotten to yet, so...
Well, I haven't progressed through the story beyond Inazuma in 2023, which I did hit Inazuma in 2023. But when Fontaine came out, I just like zooped to the freaking country, because I was like, okay, you gotta get the locations open, you gotta get the dungeons, you gotta get everywhere. And then I decide, hey, since this is a new country, why don't I just 100% the areas? Which I did, which gave me a lot of primo gems, the in-game currency that gives you like a chance to obtain tokens to put in the gacha game. And I did. And I got Nouvellette, which was my dragon daddy. And now, less than a year, they're doing they're gonna soon put his banner again in the game, so I am saving up as many primo gems as I can right now, despite being on a break, to get him again, because I have him on Constellation 1. The constellations are pretty much like a permanent buff to a certain character's like stats, and you can get them up to Constellation 6 or C6, as many of the players call it. I only have him at C1 when he first was released, but for some reason I got Fischl, another character, to C6, and I wasn't even trying to get her. I was so upset.
You get a lot of random pulls, and for me, like, I've been playing the game for a while. A lot of my characters are C3, just to kind of give an idea. And, the constellations are a fun thing to do. When, like, the game drowns you in primo gems no matter what, so...
Sometimes it gets stingy, sometimes it does not. Hence why sometimes I dip in, and now during certain limited events, because unfortunately the game doesn't let you like visit previous events. You've had to be there, which is a missed opportunity in my opinion, but then again, that's what MiHoYo wants. And I've been having a lot of fun. I've stopped at my level at 50. I can progress. I can. But the freaking dungeon that you need to go to advance your level, like your world level, is kind of difficult, especially with the characters that I want to use. But now, since I have Zhongling at C5, because I also had like random pulls for her, and I got her at C5, and that makes me happy because she gets buffed.
Just wanted to point out, Fruity says he's going to head off. He's going to watch the VOD later. Thank you for stopping by, Fruity. I hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast when you end up listening to the rest. So, yeah, I hope you take care. But yeah, you continue, Tifa.
Yeah. But I really liked the area of Fontaine because not only is it based in France, it's very like steampunky, but I really like the vibe because it's very ocean and water centric with some touches of Art Nouveau design, and that is my shit. That is my stuff.
I will say,
I like to swim and everything.
I will say, like, because as if it wasn't painfully obvious, I'm not a Genshin player. I have not played.
Shun the non-believer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, shun the one person who's not getting into the fucking gacha. I say that makes me the sane one of the three of us.
You know I'm not sane. You know I'm not sane. I complete some of the hardest games in the world.
Yeah, like I don't even play the fucking Fate gacha. That's how fucking against this genre I am. But or you know, that could just mean that Fate Grand Order is a shit game, which it is. But you know, either way, I will say I have had more of an inkling to get into Genshin recently, but not in any like big way. It's basically just to spend more time with Zen and Tifa. I will say I do like the character designs in Genshin. I think a lot of them can be very samey, but I do very much like how bright and colorful the world and characters of the series can be, and it's a very aesthetically pleasing game. It's just not one that, from a gameplay perspective, I'm all that interested in. It's basically just, hey, my two girlfriends are playing this. I really want to get into it just so I can play with them. But that's about it. That's really where the extent of my interest in going through Genshin stuff.
You're a simp. But anyway, while we're at it, I might as well put this.
We all knew that, Zen. Come on. And yeah,
we all technically knew that.
I mean, yeah.
While we're on
I was gonna say, yeah, like while we're talking about Genshin, why don't you go ahead and give all your thoughts, Zen?
Yeah, I've been playing Genshin for a long time, and I have a video that I'm halfway done recording. So I don't want to give too much away, but last year, I kind of hit a wall and a stopping point. So I've been, playing the Spiral Abyss, which is a challenge tower level, and I got the trophy for beating up to floor 8 with all 5 stars, with all 3 stars rather. And so that was pretty nice, and I did that halfway through, and then I spent the rest of the year 100% exploring and completing everything in Sumeru. And I did it all. Because I was getting ready for Fontaine. And then I'm like, I want to make a video on this, and I'm a little bit burnt out, so let me stop. And I haven't started since then. But I have, like, all of the Sumeru areas 100% explored. I have all the chests. I have everything done with the side quests and whatnot. It's just, there's a lot in this game. I love this game, but, like, if I want to make a video on it, I have to stop and like at a certain point. So the video is half recorded, but it's also a long video, so I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, it's the video we're making alongside Danganronpa 2 right now, which we've finally Zen's almost done with the main game finally, because she's been going back and forth between Genshin and Danganronpa. So where our plan currently is to have Danganronpa 2, the main story for Danganronpa 2 done next, which we're doing like right now. After that, she's gonna finish recording Genshin, and then after that, we're gonna finish recording the rest of Danganronpa 2, which is gonna be the all the gameplay and like and completion stuff, and then that'll be done. And then from there, we can finally move on to other stuff and stop having to look at... Well, okay, Zen can stop looking at Genshin and Danganronpa. I'm gonna have to... Tifa and I are gonna have to be editing those following that, but, we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, so...
I mean, you're the one making me do all this, so...
What do you mean? Like, you're the one who started the fucking Danganronpa playthrough marathon to begin with. What do you say? Don't put this on me.
You keep saying, "Oh, Zen, have you done Danganronpa today? Have you done Danganronpa?" Well, I'm fucking doing the Danganronpa.
Yeah, because you've been putting it off for 3 years, Zen.
I don't want to go through the end of chapter 5 again, and I finally did it. It's painful, okay?
Ah,
What
God.
happens when you have to revisit? And you feel the pain.
It's pain.
Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So, yeah. I
just-
100%ed the entirety of Fontaine.
Is there anything else you guys want to say about Genshin?
That's pretty much it. I did all of Subaru. I got burnt out. I started a video. It's halfway done.
Genshin pretty much took away so much of my time. Like, I could have been playing other games, which we will talk about in a bit, but I barely played it like at the end of the year or started this year, which I'm like, no. So that's why I've decided to put it in a pause, being like, okay, I'm gonna take a bit of time off so I can play other games because they're gathering dust.
Yeah. Looking through the stuff I played and watched and experienced last year, I'm realizing that I probably have a little more to talk about than both of you, so I'm gonna have to combine some of these. Some of them are gonna be easy to combine because it's like a series that I ended up watching or playing. Okay, let's start from closer to the top of the year. I guess I'll go through some of the movies I watched last year, like from like the early part of the year. Because in case you don't know, I went on this big trip, like around second quarter of 2023, which I'm gonna be making a video about soon. I'm just waiting on Tifa to get a lot of assets done for that, and they're coming out great. But I am waiting for it to get back to them, so I can officially start recording that. And
I blame the fact that I'm actually moving houses,
Yeah.
and that's been taking a lot of my time.
she has been moving, and it has been a big time wasted there. But some of the movies that I watched at the start of last year, I'll go through. Okay, let's go through these four. I have four here I can talk about. Only one of which is a 2023 movie. But you know, fuck it. Okay, so two of these are from the end of 2022, and I only got around to them at the start of last year. So one of them was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I wanted to see this in theaters. I really wanted to see this in theaters, but I unfortunately just, you know, didn't have the time. And I just waited for it to be out on Disney Plus. I will say, you know, I really love Black Panther. I think it deserves the praise it's gotten. A lot of it is just typical, like, hey, it's a superhero origin. You know, it's the origin of Black Panther, even though it's not really an origin because we saw that more so in Civil War. But like, a lot of it does feel like typical superhero film. I will say, I think I like Wakanda Forever more than the first Black Panther, and I don't know if like, I don't know if that would have been the same case if, say, like, Chadwick Boseman had been alive to, like, you know, make the film. It's a really tricky situation because a lot of the reason why I think Wakanda Forever works so well is because it is a tribute to both T'Challa as a character and to Chadwick Boseman as an actor. And, you know, without those elements, I really wonder how this film would have been executed. But as it is, I love Wakanda Forever. I think it is such a powerful film. It's powerful in a way that I can't even go into right now because I need to, like, really have a lot of the context, like, stuck into my head and, like, you know, and revisit a lot of it to, like, really go into in depth as to why I love this film. But it's definitely a part of, like, a new member of, like, my top 10 favorite MCU films because I adore Wakanda Forever. I think Namor is such a great villain. I think Shuri is, you know, again, it's a shame that we lost, you know, Chadwick Boseman and, you know, that we're not getting T'Challa from here on out. But I think as a replacement protagonist, I think Shuri works really well. I think her role was really elevated in this film, and yeah, it's such a great film. Do you guys have anything to say about it?
I too really liked Wakanda Forever, not just because I freaking adored the first Black Panther, but because, of course, the both of you know that I had a loss in my family, which was my little sister. So whenever I see like characters go through loss, it's a bigger impact for me because like I mean I've been there. And also the fact that there's a lot of like native Mesoamerican representation in the film. I'm not native Mesoamerican, like far from it. I'm just Mexican. But knowing that the whole like idea of Atlantis that was changed to Talocan, which would be Tlalocan, the underworld for Tlaloc, the god of water, or Cha'ak in Mayan, because the civilization that Namor, which yes, I'm gonna pronounce it that way because that's how he pronounces it. Yeah. Namor is very Maya inspired. It's like the writing is from Maya. The language that they use is Maya. It's not Aztec. It's not Chichimeca. It's not anything else. It's Maya. So I love that stuff, and it made me so excited to watch this movie so that other people could get a taste of what Mesoamerican like mythology was. Of course, with a coat of paint from Hollywood and from Marvel, but it can inspire people to like do their research and learn more about that the inspiration behind the change of, oh, it's not just Atlantis, because I mean, come on, DC already did Atlantis with Aquaman, so they had to change it up. And I really liked how Namor's like whole situation was because of his own loss, and seeing a kindred spirit in Shuri, along with how their people have been treated by colonizers, because hey, let's not sugarcoat this. It like affected their people and how they can pretty much burn the world. And Shuri, you can see it in Shuri that she wants to do it after the loss of her brother, and spoilers for people who hadn't seen it, you should have watched it. And also the loss of her mother. Shuri is wrought with grief and not thinking clearly. You can even see it in M'Baku. Like M'Baku is trying to give Shuri advice, like, yo girl, like, you gotta think clearly. Like, yes, we will follow you, but you gotta think things clearly, girl.
Yeah.
You are not in a good position to go to war.
What about you, Zen? What do you think of Wakanda Forever?
I really loved it. It is a supremely powerful movie. I will say there are small faults that I take with it. I think Riri Williams is kind of an afterthought, and just kind of how they put it. And they do a good job kind of tying it together, but there's a lot of things where I'm just like, this didn't need to be an origin story for her. I don't like that, you know, they have a couple things that have to tie to the other bits of the MCU. But for the most part, it's just like, it is a really powerful film about loss. And the speech that the Queen makes, it's like, have I not given everything? Like,
yes,
she deserves every award for that. It's like, you know, everything, like, just given for the kingdom. And there's one shot, massive spoiler warning. Okay, massive spoilers, but there's a shot where when Shuri goes to the ancestral plane, and
sorry,
that it goes from drowning to fire, and I don't want to give too much away for those who haven't seen it, but like shot.
I will say, we should, on at least these episodes of the Backslog, where we're basically just sharing, like, you know, all the different things we've been watching and playing recently. Like, I think that I think that we should keep spoilers to a minimum. Obviously, it's going to be different when we talk about like a singular topic, but for these types of episodes, like, let's keep things like relatively spoilers.
That's why I was like, I'm not giving too much away, but that shot was so beautiful, and like
that shot.
There's so many powerful things in the movie that I love. Again, I agree with you. I don't know if it would be as powerful if Chadwick had not died. But just, it is a very powerful film.
Which sucks to say, you know, because you would want Chadwick Boseman to be around to do a Black Panther 2 and you know, and for it to like, you know, for that to hopefully just be even better, and like, you know, and so, obviously Chadwick, like, you know, we don't want to lose Chadwick anyway, because like he was so young, he was such a great actor, he was such a great person, he poured like just his heart and soul into every role he played, and it's like, it's one of the biggest losses in Hollywood in quite a long time, at least for me. But with how Wakanda Forever ended up, I don't know how much like more powerful it would have been without Chadwick's loss, you know, and that's just how it do be. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it is such a great film. I guess two of the other films that I saw near the beginning of 2023. One of them I did watch at the end of 2022, but I did re-watch it at the start of 2023, which I think counts enough, especially when in tandem with the other film I saw at the start of 2023 that is a direct sequel to it. I finally got around to watching Knives Out and Glass Onion, both of which are such good films, both of which have now entered some of my favorite films of all time. A lot of people like to say that Glass Onion isn't as good as Knives Out, and honestly, like, I kind of agree, but not to that much of an extent. I would still give both films 10 out of 10. So I love both Glass Onion and Knives Out. I think they are both such incredible films. I think that like just the way in which Rian Johnson like puts in, God, there's a lot I can say about these films. First of all, I guess I should say that like, God, Benoit Blanc is like one of the best characters of all time.
He's the best.
Yeah,
he's such a character.
Good. Zen, take over for a second, because I can hear someone knocking at the door. 1 second.
Okay. I just like, one of the things I really appreciate about these films is that they do murder mysteries in a very different way, and I couldn't predict how things were going, even though I thought I knew. And it's just, it's a very refreshing series of film. Benoit Blanc is fantastic main character, probably some of my favorite murder mysteries of all time. I really enjoyed them, and I think that I want like 10 more of these types of films. I don't want to give away the twist. I think that Glass Onion is just as good. It's a different type of film, and I think, like, you know, you have to go in approaching it a different way, but I loved it.
I do agree with that, because trying not to give away too many spoilers, the difference that I see between the two of them is that one of them is more like family compared to the second one, where it's like a group of friends who built on an empire. And even the title Glass Onion had, like, once you watch the movie, like, you get this explanation as to why it's clever, but, or as Benoit Blanc and this other character would say, like, it's so dumb, it's brilliant. No, it's just dumb.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah,
it makes so much sense, because you think that because of the Glass Onion, it looks like it's hiding this bigger meaning, but because it's a glass onion, you see through it.
Yeah, I love the symbolism in both films. I also love just how different they are and how different they feel. Like, I basically just love the idea of getting like this group of all-star cast of just big name actors, putting them in a room and being like, all right, be the biggest assholes you can possibly be. And like,
especially Chris Evans. Chris Evans is amazing.
He's so good. And basically, but they're assholes in like different ways, and like, it speaks to a different like aspect of like, you know, of the way in which a lot of rich individuals will take advantage of like minorities. And it's literally in both films they do this, but in like different ways, and I love it. And I love the different settings of both of them. The first one's in a mansion, the first one's on like a secluded island owned by like this rich, you know, entrepreneur,
Elon Musk looking motherfucker.
This Elon Musk looking guy. And it's like, yeah, it's such a good it's such a good setting for both films. I actually think I like, again, no spoilers, not gonna get into it, but I actually think I like the villain of the second film more than the first, I will say, and the villain of the first is like really smart. Like they are a very smart person who...
very clever, like, so the way they go about it, like, you think the mystery's cut and dry.
Yeah, and once they realize, oh crap, things didn't go the way that I wanted them to, they have a solution instantly for how they're going to turn it around and for how they are going to position it to take all suspicion off of them and to make sure that their plan goes according to plan, you know? Whereas
according to Keikaku.
Whereas the villain of the
translator's note, all according to Cake. Cake means Keikaku. Keikaku means what?
Yeah, whereas the villain of the second film is just a fucking idiot. Like, he's such an absolute dumbass who has been able to take the easy way out so often that he has never had to actually think about putting plans into motion, about putting, about putting plans into motion, about having to execute on ideas, because they themselves, as an individual, are like a dumbass who piggybacks off of other people's ideas. Like that actually happens at the end of the movie as well. But I won't go into it. But like I won't go into it too much. But I will say in vague terms, one of the other characters who turned out not to be the villain, they go like there's a letter that like proves the killer's that proves that they are the killer, and so one of the other characters goes like, wait, so you just kept that letter around? Like, you didn't just burn it or whatever? Like, why didn't you just burn it? And so about like 2 or 3 minutes later, they literally take their lighter out and they burn it in the instant, like literally just burning the piece of paper, like, which takes like a monkey could think to do that. Like they're just immediately like, oh yeah, well, I got that idea now, so let's burn this right here, like right here and now. And like he literally points to the other character who suggested it, like, hey, thanks for the idea. And it's like, I love how much of a pathetic shithead he is. And I love the whole idea of Glass Onion. This is why I really dug Glass Onion a lot. It's like, it's these people who say like, oh yeah, we're disruptors. We go against the system. And it's like, even when people say that we shouldn't go against the system, like, like they're telling us to stop, but we go against it and like we stick it to the man. Like we're the ones who create the new, the new, and like we're the ones who rise up on top, like in a new world. And it's like, but they're not. They're like, no, they're not. They're just the typical rich dumbasses. All of these people
We steal all our ideas. This is the kind of person that friggin'... This is the kind of person that DuckTales made fun of with Mark Beeks.
Yeah, and it's like, and I love how literally that speech that that Braun has at the beginning of the movie, where he's like, oh, being a disruptor, it's like, it's gonna initially seem cool and everyone's like supporting you and saying yeah, but then like the moment you start going too far, they're gonna say no, you're going too far, you can't go that. All your supporters are gonna like try and stop you, and that's what real disruption looks like. And I love how it takes the actual protagonist of the movie, because here's a fun thing I like about both movies. Benoit Blanc is not the protagonist of either Knives Out or Glass Onion. Like, he isn't. And what I love is that the protagonist of both movies, literally both, is a minority voice. Like,
yes.
is a minority voice who has like had to go through hardships their entire life, and even just recently, and now has to like stick it to the people who are doing them wrong. In the first movie it was Marta, and in the second one, how do I go around?
It's the protagonist.
Yeah, how do I go around? Yeah, I know, but how do I go around saying this without getting into spoilers?
The protagonist.
The protagonist. Yeah, okay, I'll just say the protagonist of yeah, I'll just say the protagonist.
Or as they say in the horror genre, the final girl.
Yeah. They are the ones who by the end of the movie end up, you know, quote unquote sticking it to the man. And like, you know, initially all the other shitheads who aren't the killer, they're initially like, yeah, like, let's stick it to this motherfucker. And it's like they're trashing his place, and then the protag goes one step too far, and then 10 steps too far, and everyone's like, oh no, you can't do that, and it's like, it's mirroring Miles Bron's whole speech at the start of like, that's what true disruption looks like, and she was the only one in the film who ended up being a true disruptor, and I love that. I love these films for their symbolism. I love, like, even just in the first film where
symbolism
in the first,
the symbolism, the bookend pacing, like the writing, where just like they take an idea from the start and then they put it, and it's like, you know, you have people quoting it on Twitter, and it's great.
In the first film, like, just a small example of it. In the first film, it is as a minor spoiler, but it's not really all that big. Basically, two of the characters in the first movie was, I believe, Linda. It was Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and then, it's not Walt. Who was Linda's husband? What was his name?
Oh, I know who you mean, but I forget his name. But he's a dick.
Yeah, he's a giant dick. I'm trying to think of his name. Was it Richard? I believe it was Richard. Yeah, it was Richard.
You're dick, right? RT Richard?
Yeah. But yeah, so Richard had an affair behind Linda's back. And essentially, what's his name? The old guy.
Harlan Thrombey, played by Christopher Plummer.
Yeah. The guy who tragically dies. So Harlan knows about Richard having, you know, about him having the affair, and he's like, oh, I'm going to reveal this to Linda because it's only right to her, and then he ends up dying. Richard ends up finding the note he was gonna give to Linda. That was in his cupboard, and he finds it. He looks at the note, and it's all blank, and he's like, oh yeah, haha, you son of a bitch. And so he just, like, you know, he just leaves there, and he out of frustration, he takes like the ball that was next to, or that was on Harlan's on his desk, and he just chucks it out the window out of frustration. We then see across the film, it's very subtle, but we then see Harlan's dog pick it up, and then later in the no, it wasn't that. Blanc, I think, picks it up and then chucks it to, like, for Harlan's dog to go fetch. Harlan's dog then fetches it and then takes it to Linda, and then at the end of the film, Linda puts it back on his desk, finds the note, and then we see, the way that she and Harlan often communicated was she takes a lighter and, like, reveals the text from, like, underneath the sheet. It's like, that is such, like, small attention to detail that you don't even notice on your first time, and I love shit like that. It's like Glass Onion and Knives Out are full of it, and I adore these films for it. I can't.
There's so much subtleties, but there's a lot of stuff that you're like, wait a second, I don't know what's going on. You rewatch it, I'm like, knowing the twist, you're like, oh.
Yeah, and like when you mentioned, like, the husband, Richard, like, chucks the freaking ball outside, you see the dogs, like, being, like, around people or in the backyard all over the movie or with the family, and that's how they get the ball. And I think it's when they start, the detective and the other police officers are starting their investigation, that the dogs approach Martha. And it's like, you see the ball being thrown around everywhere, just like you mentioned. And I do love how it just connects to the ending, and how the whole like comment that Jamie Lee Curtis's character mentions, like, oh yeah, me and Dad, we had like our little game, and we gotta play by his rules. That's how she gets to the letter, like, because freaking Richard did not know about this game, so when he saw that letter being blank, it's like, oh, he just disregarded it until Jamie Lee Curtis gets to it, because she knows how her father plays. And that's how she got to the message that Harlan was threatening Richard to tell Linda about. And it's like, sorry, it's just those little bits and pieces that you can like build up to the ending in frequent rewatches, which my mom calls me crazy for rewatching movies over and over and over again, aside from like, oh, it's a comfort movie. You sometimes pick up on so many elements that you didn't see in your first 5 viewings.
Like with Coraline, when we did our review on Coraline, and
exactly that.
But yeah, so that's Glass Onion and Knives Out. Both great. I'm not going to choose a film between the two which I prefer. They're both fantastic. You should go watch both of them. And I guess one other film I'll talk about before we move on to Zen and whatever you want to talk about next is the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I thought was a fun time. I guess I'll read out the ratings I gave all of these, because I do give out ratings while doing the media threads. I gave Wakanda Forever a 9, because I adore it. I gave both Glass Onion and Knives Out a 10 out of 10. The Mario movie I gave a 7. It's one of the purest definitions of a 7 out of 10 that I can think of. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's not amazing. It's not great, but I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was a good time. And I'd say it's about on par with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for me, the movie that is. Because the first Sonic the Hedgehog I thought was okay, but it was also not. It wasn't really a Sonic movie, is the thing. Because like Eggman wasn't exactly like fully Eggman yet, I don't think. Sonic was still coming into his own. No, not even that. Sonic was like the most Sonic thing about that movie, but like everything around him didn't feel right. Even though Jim Carrey as Eggman was funny, but like I think it was in Sonic 2 where it's like, okay, this is a good movie and it's a good Sonic movie as well. And I'd say the Super Mario Bros. Movie is about on par. Obviously there was references galore, which, were fun, but it's not going to make a good film on their own. I just thought that a lot of just the jokes were, while not gut-bustingly hilarious, there were 2 or 3 that did have me laughing quite a bit. Like I love the scene where Bowser just incinerates one of his Koopas and they turn into a dry bones. I was just like, damn, they just killed that guy. And like, like there are a few scenes like
I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Bowser.
Yeah, damn. So yeah, I just thought it was cute. What I wrote in my media thread was about on par with Sonic 2 for me. Just a damn fun time that perfectly captures the feeling of the franchise. I hope this is only the beginning of not only a Mario movie franchise, but also a few other awesome Nintendo movies as well. What did you guys think of it?
Well, I went to see it pretty much on opening day when it came to Mexico. And funny enough, okay, I thought that because it was barely 5-ish p.m., I had a screening at 5:45. I thought, well, the theater is pretty much like 2 minutes away from me via car, so I'll just go. There's not going to be that many kids because of the hour, so ha ha ha. I was mistaken. It was spring break. Children galore. There were huge lines to get to the popcorn, to get the tickets, and so many children dressed up as the characters, along with, of course, fellow Super Mario fans out there with their t-shirts. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to get my popcorn, are I?
Yeah,
I'm not going to get my popcorn.
I had to forego popcorn when I saw Avengers Infinity War, and drinks for that matter, and I was like, it was worth it because I saw that film in IMAX and it was really fun, but it was like, oh my god, like I should have came here earlier, because otherwise because now I just have to go the entire thing without eating. And so I went to see the movie, and I like, me being a bit of a critic, even though I don't have the legitimate credentials,
I thought it was an okay movie. Like, not the greatest. I just thought, because I have my gripes with Illumination. I have my gripes because as much as I really do give props to the first Despicable Me movie, being like, oh, it's the first of the company, it's very well done, the rest just feels like, yikes. Like, of course, they gotta go in with, like, their Hollywood niches, like, oh, we gotta put, like, pop songs here and there and make the story be as simple as possible and make the animation not, like, just be okay, and of course be cheap, in quote unquote, because no animated film is cheap. But I gave my chances to Illumination, and I didn't like their films after Despicable Me, but for this one I did give it a chance because I'm like, bruh, Nintendo had their eyes on them. Let's see how things go. And I liked it. I think that maybe with another rewrite or two of the script, they could have gotten it a little bit better because of situations like, for example, with Luigi being barely in the movie. I know this is a more Mario movie because he's trying to rescue his brother and then he gets isekai'd. It's an isekai. And also, like, the whole situation with Bowser, I thought it was, like, it is the simplest of things, but I still think it was good. But we don't get a reason as to why he wants to marry Peach. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna be happy. And that's it. And I'm like, okay. Typically in other movies we would have more explanation, but okay, I'll take what I can get. And I just thought it was an okay movie. I still watch it every now and then because I think it's very entertaining. I don't hate the movie. I think it's a solid 6 in my book, or maybe 6.5, because I went to see it originally by myself, but then I watched it with my BFF sister and her mother because they wanted to watch the movie, and I'm like, yeah, I can watch it again. And they were having a blast. I was very happy to see them having a good time. And when the one scene regarding the Rainbow Bridge happened, my BFF sister was like, yeah, baby, because she really likes Mario Kart. I lean over and tell her, what happens when you're ahead? And her face dropped. Her face dropped. Her face freaking dropped.
It's so true. It's so true.
How about you, Zen? What do you think of the Mario movie?
I think it was pretty good. I'll agree with you. It's on par with Sonic 2. Like, I like Sonic 2. I think both those films have great references, and I like the structure, but at its heart, it's like a very standard film. Yeah. So it's not gonna break any records. It's not gonna wow you, but like Mario fans like myself, I thought it was great. You know, like it's a film for fans. It could have done without some of the song choices. And yeah. Seth Rogen is probably the weakest part because he's just Seth Rogen. Like I get what he's going for, but he's just being Seth Rogen. So yeah.
No, don't laugh, please.
I like a lot of the ideas in it, and I like them showing the different kingdoms, and I love Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black can do no wrong. I don't know if you've seen this recently, but he did a cover of Hit Me Baby One More Time with Tenacious D, and it's amazing. So like altogether, I think it's a really good movie. Some minor flaws. It's not groundbreaking. It's safe, but I hope that they continue to do more with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree that it's not like, yeah, you can say whatever about the box office, because I mean, so many kids and the fans watched it, so it would explain the box office. But it's still a decent movie. It's still decent. One of the better ones made by Illumination. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't like Illumination. Yeah.
I guess, but speaking of Mario's competition, or his rival, I should say, Zen, moving back onto your list, did you want to talk about the 2 Sonic games you were able to complete, as well as the collection that they are a part of?
I guess we could talk about them all together. This was the year of Sonic for me because, like, I did the Sonic CD Bun Plays legitimately at the beginning of the year. I think it was February. So, like, we're coming on a year now that, like, you know, it's a year later that it's coming out. I recorded that, and then in July-ish, we recorded the Sonic 3 Knuckles. And I don't want to go too much in depth because we still have to put out the Bun Plays, and we still have to do a few things. Sonic CD was mixed for me. I like a lot of the ideas, and I feel like as I continued to play it, it got better. And it's a game that, like, I didn't like the UFOs. Screw those UFOs. I didn't like the special stages. But when you're actually exploring for the robot generators, that is what it works with it. It just, I've always been conditioned. Sonic, you go fast. In the slowed down explorative nature is weird. Even in Wacky Workbench, which I like, it's like, this is a Mario level. It just kind of sped up a little bit. And it just like, but when you're actually exploring for stuff, it's like, okay, this is really cool. But it's better when it's like, Stardust Speedway is so cool. It's my favorite, like, of Sonic CD, and I'm like, more of that. I love the music. I love, like, what the game is trying to do, but it's a lot. And I played Sonic CD many times this year, because I did 4 runs in Origins Collection. So basically, I did it on the Bun Plays, you know, for Bun Plays, and I did it 2 separate times there. And then I did it PS5 and PS4. I did 3 runs on the 2011 PS3 version, 2 runs of the Gems collection. I played this a lot. What I found that I like the most of it is the time attack mode. And when I'm like playing it, like, beat your fastest time, bite-sized levels, I'm like, yes, this was a lot of fun. My fastest time so far for time attack is 23 minutes. So, like, I had a lot of fun with that, but, like, it's just, like, you have to, like, play the game a certain way to get the most out of it, and I just feel like Sonic CD didn't quite do it for me. I'll explain more later. Sonic 3 Knuckles. Phil was present for that Bun Play.
Yeah, I was. I can't wait for that to start coming out, because you're going to be hearing me throughout the entire playthrough for that.
I really love Sonic 3 Knuckles. It took me a bit to get used to the special stages, but it's honestly probably my favorite. It is longer than Sonic 2, which is like, if you're looking to get a shorter game, I think Sonic 2 is a little bit more complete, even though it has that dickish spike near the end. But Sonic 3 Knuckles is amazing. I highly recommend it. I don't want to go too much in depth. But then, after all that was done for the Let's Plays, I went back and I completed Sonic Origins on PS4 and PS5, got all the trophies there. So here, just basic thoughts after playing a game. I finished Sonic 1 pretty quickly. I still have issues with it. It's like very stop and go. It's very all over the place with its difficulty. I think it's a good start, but it's not really great. It's good, but not great. Sonic 2, love it. It's a very good game until you hit Metropolis, and then it starts going downhill. The slicers, man, the slicers. I don't like the slicers, and I don't like just there's a lot of stuff that I don't like near the end, and the Silver Sonic boss battle, man. Sonic CD is mixed, but playing through it with exploration is the way to go, because playing through it like normally is not fun.
Yeah.
Because it's so fast.
I'll agree with that, yeah.
Like, when I wanted to be fair to Sonic CD, I'm like, alright, playing through it with, like, the UFOs ruins the pacing. Let's play through it normally. It's too fast. So it's like you need a middle ground. The exploration is where you have to go, but it's still not the greatest. And Sonic 3 is awesome. Like, Sonic 3, I think, might be my favorite, but I still need to think about it.
Yeah, it's... I mean, there's... I've talked at length about Sonic in the past. It's a series that I love very, very much. I will say the Origins collection is... It's good. It's probably the best console way to play the games by far. But if you've got a PC, I will definitely recommend that you rather play... I would definitely recommend you, like, fan-made ways to play the games, particularly for 3 and Knuckles. 3 and Knuckles is the big one because Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited is, for me, the definitive way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can customize the music for the levels where, you know, there's the different versions of the tracks. You can toggle a lot of different features regarding, you know, both games. Because obviously 3 Knuckles had the thing where Sonic 3 came out first, then Sonic and Knuckles, and then they were combined into Sonic 3 and Knuckles. There's a lot you can toggle in Sonic 3 Air, and it makes it the definitive version above Sonic 3 and Knuckles in the Origins collection, especially because the Origins collection does have a lot of...
It has problems, and I will understand that. Like, the music takes a hit, and there are some issues like that we found when capturing... It's not...
Go ahead.
It's not optimized properly is the problem. At the same time, what I really appreciate about Sonic Origins as a collection, for a new fan to this, and why I chose this specifically, there's so many extras that, like, I could find in the, you know, like, oh, you unlock these things, and it's like Sonic Gems collection did the same thing. It's like, oh, you unlock Vector Man by doing this, and I need to complete, like, all of Sonic Gems. But Sonic Origins is like that. You have all this artwork, all these videos, all this stuff that, like, really makes me want to play more Sonic. And it just celebration of what Sonic is. And it keeps the time attack stuff. It keeps, like, a lot of the stuff that I liked about Sonic CD. And it gives you the mission modes. And the missions, I can't get enough of it, to be honest. I thought I would hate them. I did them all to S rank every single game.
Yeah. But yeah, Origins, even in spite of my problems, is a good collection. I definitely think it is good to have the Christian Whitehead versions on console finally. And even though, I forget their name. I think it's Headcanon. Even though Headcanon weren't able to, like, properly finish their port of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I am glad that we, you know, got a version of 3 and Knuckles, like, properly in widescreen and stuff on consoles. Tifa, do you have anything to add? I know you've only barely played Sonic, but you have been editing all of the bun plays.
What I can say to keep this a little bit short, I did buy the Origins Plus edition because of so much Sonic being shoved in my face by our dearest Zenith warrior princess. I did play the first few levels, and I do want to say that it feels very slippery whenever Sonic is, like, speeding things through, because especially in Sonic 1, there's many moments where you need to jump precisely, do some platforming, when, in my head, when I was young, when I heard about Sonic, I was like, isn't he supposed to be for speed? Where it's like, you gotta run as fast as you can.
Exactly, Marble Zone sucks. Marble Zone sucks.
Yeah, and so I need to take my time with it so I can get, like, the proper feel of it. Also, I did watch the movies, which the first one I saw pretty much like a few weeks before lockdown, and then the second one I unfortunately did not get to see in theaters, but when I got the chance to watch it, I thought it was a decent continuation. It's like, it's still like, oh, the characters are in the real world and whatnot, but Jim Carrey's performance is always a blast to watch as Eggman, and Idris Elba as Knuckles was also very funny, and I really, really do appreciate being able to edit on those videos that I got many of the references, like, oh, the area where you see, like, the water being, like, cascading down to make Sonic, like, fall deeper into this labyrinth where you see like the owl markings and such, I was like, wait a minute, I saw that. And I also recognized the Green Hill Zone music as the ringtone of the human character in the way.
Yeah.
And even the boss fight, I was like, wait a minute, Zen fought this guy. This is an asshole. Oh
One
God,
thing
Zen,
I will say, even on the
died so
worst
much.
Sonic, one thing I will say, even in the worst classic Sonic games, like even when I'm having issues, like they don't take long to complete. Like for the most part, maybe 5 hours. More for Sonic 3 Knuckles, but that's really 2 games together. But even still, like it's just nice they're fun to play through. And I feel like that's what like really got me into Sonic this year. Because when I finished them, I'm like, I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. That's what the mindset that Sonic kind of puts me through. And that's why I ran through like so much of each game in 2023. Because it wasn't just Sonic CD and 3 Knuckles. I ran through all of them and completed. And it was just fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. Tifa, what is the next thing on your list that we... Oh, but by the way, I should note, guys, very recent development. We are going to be splitting our, this media we've experienced in 2023 stream up into 2. This is going to be the first of 2 streams, if only because I don't want to... this is going to go very long, and while usually I wouldn't mind that, I don't personally mind doing, a 4-hour stream. Zen is still recovering from electrolysis from, just yesterday, so I don't want to put too much more stress onto her. So after we've reached the 2-hour mark, I'll keep an eye on OBS to just check. And I also have a pretty good idea of where we can stop as well. But after that, we will cut it off, and we will come back.
Yeah, sorry guys, but my face is hurting more than usual. Something's going on. It either hit like a mole or something, and I hurt. My face hurts.
Yeah, we'll do the second stream either later this week or maybe this time next week on Tuesday as well. But we shall see. With that said, Tifa, what would you like to talk about next? Would you like to talk about a movie, an anime, a game? What would you like to talk about?
Well, I really do want to talk about my latest hyperfixation, which the other day I made you and Rosen watch 2 of the 3 entries in this trilogy. The Trolls movies.
Yep.
Because, oh god, this is gonna be a funny story. So, when the first Trolls movie came out, this was 2016, I thought, oh, after Rise of the Guardians, I was gonna say Disney, DreamWorks has not gotten back on its footing. In my opinion, there's been some highs, some lows, but for Trolls, for me, it was one of the deeper, ugh, really, you're just making this to make money, just like with Boss Baby and blah blah blah. To be fair, I have not seen Boss Baby, and I don't plan on watching it. And with Trolls, I didn't want to watch it at all. I thought it was just nothing but glitter, a lot of sugar, and just pretty visuals for the little kids. Which I'm not gonna bash little kids who are gonna watch this movie. No, I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with the Mario movie that I saw so many little kids dressed up as the characters from Mario, and all I could think of was oh my god, that is so cute. And so, unfortunately, a certain person got elected president, and I asked my BFF, hey, I need a distraction from the freaking awfulness that just happened. Do you want to watch the Trolls movie with me? And she agreed, but unfortunately, that plan couldn't fall through because I got, a surprise commitment later on that day, so I had to cancel, and we never picked it up again. It wasn't until last year when TikTok showed me a clip of the antagonist's song in the 3rd movie, which is a combination of the songs Sweet Dreams and Fame. And it was it was executed so good. It just clicked something in my brain, and I'm like, did I really miss something in the Trolls movies? And so I decided to sit down and watch the movies.
And the answer is no, but they're still pretty good.
The first movie, of course, is very like simple story to understand. These trolls are like these happy-go-lucky characters who like to sing and dance. But unfortunately, they were discovered by this other species known as the Bergens. And once the Bergens eat a troll, they get to feel happiness for the first time, because the Bergens are a very depressive species. They don't know anything. They don't know how to sing or dance like trolls do, because trolls are pretty much happiness 24/7. And so they pretty much execute a freaking genocide every year with Trollstis. And one year, the trolls pretty much finally escape and create a new society for 20 years in peace until the Bergens find them again, and now they gotta save their friends. Yay! It's pretty much a jukebox musical that you get a lot of like pop songs here and there. Some of them are original, because of course you got Justin Timberlake in the cast, which screw him because of certain events, and Anna Kendrick. Also, you also get other characters, other people singing as the voices of the characters. Like what was her name? I think it's one of the two broke girls who does the voice of one of the characters who befriends one of the trolls. But you don't really sense that it's her because she does a voice, and I'm like, yeah, nice. The second movie is more world building. Like, hey, it's not just these trolls that we've known from the first movie, which are the pop trolls. There's different troll clans out there in the world, like the funk trolls, the techno, classical, country, hard rock, and Poppy, which is the princess, or in this case, now in the second movie, she's been now promoted to queen of the pop trolls. The pop trolls learn about the other clans, and of course Poppy wants to get to know them. But of course, the character who I mentioned is voiced by Justin Timberlake, Branch, feels like it's not that good of an idea after hearing what Barb, the queen of the hard rock trolls, wants to do. Like, oh, she just wants to reunite the trolls under one nation. Awesome. And it's like, no, she wants to rule everybody under hard rock, aka no funk, no classical, no country, nothing except for hard rock.
Yeah, and this is so it was Trolls 2 and 3 that Tifa showed Zen and I, and I will say, like, because I've got that general gist of Trolls just from, like, you know, the bits and pieces that Tifa's told me, and also stuff I've just looked up online, and so I've gotten the general gist of the first movie. Still haven't seen it yet, but just from what I've seen of the second and third movies, like, I got some enjoyment out of them. I don't really have much to say other than that, like, especially when it comes to the third movie, because it was generally like a typical, like, getting the band back together kind of thing, and it wasn't really all that spectacular. But the second one I actually thought was pretty solid, even beyond just the general, like, you know, dumb fun kind of feel, because, like, I really like the individual, like, you know, genres of music, and, like, the way in which the movie portrays them in the style and, like, the animation and stuff. Like, I really liked it. I thought it was a pretty fun time, even in spite of just being a Trolls movie.
And not to mention, with a deeper message about, oh god, about revisionist history, racism, and even the whole situation about denying everyone's differences is denying the truth of who we are, which is a phrase you did not expect to hear from a freaking Trolls movie.
Oh yeah. Yep. Zen, what about you? What did you think of the Trolls movies?
Now the thing is, I was doing laundry and playing games while we were kind of watching. I was like, it was more a background thing. So, like, I got bits and pieces of it. I did like, you know, the music. I think the second one, from what I experienced, was my favorite, simply because it has different musical genres, but also has my favorite troll is the metal troll, and Ozzy's in the movie. So
Ozzy
it automatically gives it points. But, like, the third one, I was unloading and, like, folding laundry while doing it, so I didn't get a lot. But, like, I liked a lot of the jokes where they're in the middle of a wedding, and then just plot points happen, and I'm like, we were in the middle of a wedding, guys.
Yeah, the third movie is more of like, oh, boy band centric, but it also talks about family and how, like, even if you're family, you need to be still treated with respect and kindness. And I'm like, it's so good. Not to mention because unfortunately I
like the
never
boy
into
band
bands.
jokes and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
there's
the
boy band
NSYNC
jokes.
Backstreet Boys references, boys to men and stuff like that.
We're not in sync. We've gone to Boys to Men, and now we have one direction for us to go: the Backstreets.
There were some great lines that I caught, and I liked what I heard of the songs. It just, especially the Fame. It just, the problem was I wasn't like really super paying attention. Not that, you know, it's one of those things when we do group watches, I tend to put it on as like background stuff because like I have stuff to do.
Yeah, and I do get that. But yeah, do you got anything else you want to say about the Trolls movie? I mean, I know you can go on forever.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
the Trolls
Sorry.
movies,
I just
Tifa,
wanted,
but, you know.
I wanted to keep, I wanted to keep it as short as I can.
Yeah.
The last message that the third movie has is also about, like, you know, celebrities that pass off as one thing, but they are total frauds, which is what happens with the two antagonists, Velvet and Veneer. They are stealing the talent of one of the trolls. Which is one of Branch's brothers. Yeah, this is no surprise there. The movie, the boy band, is actually Branch's family.
Mm-hmm.
And
and
so,
I gotta say, Veneer, I think is the guy, is my favorite character out of all of them because he's so dumb, but he's so fun.
He's
yeah.
He's the I don't know if I can say this joke on Twitter. Oh, sorry, on YouTube. It's you know the joke I made as soon as they got arrested at the end, Tifa. Like you know.
Yes,
the joke.
I mean, Phil. Everybody on the internet has made that joke.
Yeah.
He's the. It's like Sharpay and the brother from High School Musical.
Pretty much.
He's the twink going to jail, and it's just like, oh god, please don't make me make the joke. Please don't make me make the joke.
Also, just wanted to also comment on this. Oh god, what was her name? It's this actress that a lot of people say that is not really funny. I want to say it's Melissa, but let me check.
Kristen Wiig.
No.
No, people love Kristen Wiig.
Let me see. What was her name?
Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer.
Yes, I think it was Amy Schumer. I think it was. Let me just confirm real.
Yeah, Velvet.
Yes, it is Amy Schumer as the speaking voice because, of course, Velvet and Veneer cannot sing to save their lives. So they steal the talent of one of Branch's brothers, and they sing beautifully. So a lot of people say that Amy Schumer isn't really funny and that she steals the talent from other people. Ba-bam!
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Ba-bam!
From what I saw of it, I liked the second movie a little bit more simply because it has really great visual design. Because like I kept checking in, I'm like, oh my god, the felt and the design, like I love the world.
It feels like you can go and touch it, except for like the species that are Velvet and Veneer. They're very like Betty Spaghetti looking characters. Like literally, they look like Betty Spaghetti.
Yeah.
They're inspired more like for Rubber Hose animation characters, but me being from the 90s,
every different area has
spaghetti.
its like every different area has its own animation style. So like kudos, like really kudos.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I loved the three movies. They're my current hyperfixation, even though I stick mostly to films 2 and 3. 1, I think it's good enough, like in terms of like the story, but the second and third one are like superior. And of course, the combination song of Sweet Dreams and Fame, sung by Velvet and Veneer at the end of the movie, is so well done that it just clicks in my brain. It makes me go like, yeah, baby.
yeah. I guess to now wrapping back around to me, I guess what I'll talk about is the stuff I experienced in Macedonia, as well as the stuff I experienced while on the plane going from Macedonia, going from what am I trying to say? Going from Australia to Macedonia, then Macedonia to the US. Only one I won't talk about is Into the Spider-Verse, because I did watch Into the Spider-Verse on the plane to gear up for Across the Spider-Verse, but I'll save that for when we talk about Across the Spider-Verse. So, the stuff otherwise that I watched on the plane was, I rewatched Sonic 2, which, well, I won't really talk about, like, because there are some films I rewatched that I'm not really interested in covering again, because we know Sonic 2 is great, we know The Batman is really good, but what I did want to talk about is, I ended up watching both Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and Wolfwalkers, and these are two films I really want to rewatch because they might be some of my new favorite animated movies. Wolfwalkers is a movie made by Cartoon Saloon, who they are the
Secret of Kills and Song of the Sea People.
Yeah, they also made what else? There's one other one that Breadwinner. There's they made Breadwinner, and that was also really good movie as well. They're just a really consistently amazing animation studio, and I now look forward to like every other movie that they make, and I really want to go back and watch the rest of the ones they've made. And it, like, as far as marathons are concerned, that would actually be a pretty short one because they've only really made about like, I want to say like five or six movies, like about 5 or 6 movies. I think so. They're one of those studios where their films take their release schedule is like several years apart, but like every time they release a movie, it's always just a really damn good one. And Wolfwalkers is about a girl who meets what is known as a wolfwalker, and it's this little girl who I should pull up their names. Again, I saw this while on the plane, so there's some things I really don't remember. Right, okay. So, this little girl, Robin, who's like this blonde hair girl, she is the apprentice of a hunter, and she ends up meeting a wolfwalker named Meb. And Meb, what a wolfwalker is basically you have the ability to shapeshift between both a humanoid form and into a wolf. And in her sleep, because I believe, how was it? I think it's if you get bitten by a wolfwalker or scratched by a wolfwalker, which Robin does, you then become a wolfwalker. And so Robin ends up becoming a wolfwalker and finds this brand new life that has like that has been like shown to her, and she has to now then protect Meb while also finding her mother who has gone missing, all the while attempting to stop the town that she is from and her dad from hunting and killing Meb and the other wolfwalkers. It is such a beautiful movie. I adore the style. The best way I can describe it, it's as if you took the Xerox style from like the 50s and 60s Disney movies and polished it to the best of your possible abilities. It looks like the best that a Xerox type style could ever look. It is gorgeous. I love the character designs. I love the scratchy line work. I love the backgrounds. It is so cute and amazing. I really don't want to go into more detail. Like, just, if there's one thing you take away from this stream, please go watch Wolfwalkers. It is an amazing movie. I can't wait to rewatch it when I eventually go in to watch all of Cartoon Saloon's catalog. But yeah, it is amazing. And then, oh yeah, go ahead, Tifa.
I just wanted to mention like something real quickly when you were mentioning about like the scratchiness of the animation, as if like they were still like doing sketches on top of the characters. I think I told you this either last night or the night before, that if you really focus for what was the blonde girl's name again?
Robin.
Robin and her people are very like cleanly animated. You can see how clean the lines are. But with Meb and the rest of the wolves, it's very sketchy. And when Robin becomes more and more Wolfwalker-like, her clean lines get sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
So please, if you ever watch the movie again, look for that detail.
I'm also just posting some GIFs in our chat so that Zen can have an idea for like how the animation looks, because it is.
I will check it out eventually. I do love the look of the animation. I haven't seen The Secret of Kells. I haven't seen like some of these stuff, and I'm just like, I know I need
The
to.
Secret of Kells made me cry.
The next thing I need to work on, though, is I gotta get ready for the Disney debate, so I have a lot of stuff to watch for it. More than that in the future.
Yeah, including a certain marathon of movies that we'll also be covering for the Backslog, but I'll touch more on that in the second half of this stream, next time, because we gotta speed things along. With that said, I also saw Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which was, it's fantastic. I don't really think I can add much more that other people haven't already added as far as that movie is concerned. I'll just reading what I said on my list here for films I watched for my media thread. The theme of living your life to the fullest resonates with me, whenever it's told in media, and to have a children's film tackle it is just so special, and like, given how important of a message it is. And also Goldilocks and the Three Bears are my favorite characters from the movie. They are so fun. I love their found family type of deal. Like, and I just love found families like in general already. So yeah, it's a terrific movie. It's a funny movie. I love what's his name? The dog.
Perrito,
Perrito,
which literally means small dog.
Yeah, I love Perrito. He's just a fun character. I love every character in this film, honestly. Like Jack Horner, played by John Mulaney. Like, I love how he's just an irredeemable bastard who shows up. And yeah, it's an amazing movie. I know you probably have something to say about Tifa, so go ahead.
Oh god, just the whole, like, the overall, like, the sense that this movie just about, like, oh god, sorry, it's such a good movie. Like, it's a sequel you did not expect or didn't want, but it did not disappoint. And I don't mean it by artistry, because I mean, if you freeze frame the movie, it kind of feels like it's an oil painting. But like the whole situation about like Puss facing like the number one fear that so many people have, which is death, and he thinking because he is a legend that needs to keep he needs to live on, he feels like he needs to stay alive and continue the legend, but without actually thinking of what life really is for, to not just be loved while also not being loved at all. But then again, it's like sometimes just living your life with a couple of people who really matter to you is more than enough, because that's the real adventure. And oh god, and the moments where he gets like that panic attack, which, screw you, Velma. That is not how you do a panic attack. I never had like a panic attack myself, but reading and listening to people who have
I've had panic attacks.
Yeah,
your vision
same.
Goes narrow. Like, having not seen Puss in Boots, but like essentially your vision goes narrow, you feel heavy, you start to shake, it's hard to focus.
You start to like think about just like everything like up to that point of like, what, in regards to like what you're like the topic is, or like what you're having a panic attack about. Like you start to think about all that. It sucks. I haven't had too many panic attacks myself, but like I have definitely experienced that feeling, and it's a terrible feeling to have to go through.
Yeah, and that's why when I heard about, of course, please look at Cinema Therapy's episode on Puss in Boots and the Last Wish, because they talk about that. It's so great hearing about other people who have had this moment happen to them in more cases than I can count, saying like, this is how it feels. The movie does not talk down to you compared to fucking Velma. Yeah.
So you just
I haven't seen Velma, but every clip I'm just like, I'm sorry, like I would like to give it a chance, but every single clip I'm just like, it's no,
it's not funny. Yeah.
I'm not laughing.
Yeah, and then just to rush through some of the other stuff I saw while in Macedonia, because I've kind of split the things that I experience while overseas, both into the Macedonia list and the America list, because there are some stuff that I watched with Zen.
For the new viewers, what's Macedonia, Phil?
You're
an Aussie.
It's a small country in Europe. It's right next to Greece. That Greece tries to say is a part of Greece, but it's not. And if anyone ever tells you that, then tell them to fuck off. that's just the okay. No, it's not just the Macedonian in me. Macedonia is its own country, and fuck anyone who says that it's actually a part of Greece. But anyway,
Phil has warned me not to even joke about it, so I'm not.
Like, I can take jokes about that. Like, I can be like, ha ha ha, fuck you. But like, other people, even if you're joking, will like get really pissed off, even if you joke about that. So like, be careful about that. Not you, Zen, but like everyone watching. But,
it's okay. I already feel like I've been punched in the face, so like you don't have to do it.
But some of the other movies I watched while in Macedonia were my family and I watched Whiplash, which I already had experience with. But Whiplash is such a good movie.
Whiplash is amazing. I remember seeing it. I keep forgetting the name, but like I saw it like I think in school. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. I also saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which was oh my god, it's definitely top 3 MCU for me. Bless.
Still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
please watch it.
I won't go into too much detail, especially because I do want to leave that for you, Zen, to go into detail with the Disney debate. I love this movie so much. I still ever so slightly prefer Volume 2, because Volume 2 is my favorite MCU movie, but this is so damn close. It's like neck and neck. It's definitely top 3 MCU for me. I adore it. Rocket is now one of my favorite characters, period. And he was already high up there, but he's like definitely high up on like my favorite characters in all of the MCU. I adore this entire cast. I have so much I can say about this movie. Oh my god, I love Guardians 3 so much. I have all the faith in the world with the new DC cinematic universe now that James Gunn is heading it up. I cannot wait for his Superman movie, which is now just called Superman. He renamed it because it was going to be called Superman Legacy. Now it's just going to be called Superman, which I don't mind, because the last movie that was just called Superman came out in the 70s. So I think that's, it's been 50 years. You can do it again. Yeah, I adore it. And then the other film I saw in Macedonia, I think the last one on the list, is The Princess Bride, which I thought was good. I thought it was a good movie.
The best movie ever. You keep saying that word good. I do not think it means what you think it means. It's amazing.
Okay. So I've had some arguments with Zen about this movie, because I was watching it on TV in Macedonia for the very, very first time. I had never seen The Princess Bride, even though I have seen clips of The Princess Bride, and I thought it was good. And Zen is taking an issue with me saying that, because she wants me to absolutely adore
You
it.
say good too often, because The Princess Bride is a great, if not fantastic movie. It is a perfect film, and it's like The Goonies, where like I could rewatch it endlessly. I think it does grow on you, but again, like the characters, the acting, the story, and the way it's told, it's perfection. And you need to understand this. You need
to understand that I have only watched this film once, and so I am not going to have the same level of like love that you have had for it since you were probably a kid. So I did like this movie. I liked Princess Bride well enough. I thought that a lot of the jokes was like really damn funny. A lot of the comedic timing, it wasn't like snappy jokes, which is probably what caught me off guard at first, but like it's a lot of like slowly paced whole like jokes, and it works really well for it. I just think I need a second viewing so I can properly appreciate a lot of the jokes and a lot of the movie. So that's my perspective on it. I thought The Princess Bride was a really fun time, but I'm going to need to see it again to probably love it
as you wish, but you shouldn't, put your life on the line with a Sicilian or an Italian.
God. But yeah, those are all the films I saw around that time. I did play the the Crash Insane trilogy as well. I replayed the entire trilogy while in Macedonia, which I wasn't expecting. I downloaded a couple of games to play while in Macedonia, like Resi 4, because I bought my Switch. I didn't end up playing that much of Resi 4 because I think I subconsciously wanted to play that on, you know, on a big screen and not just handheld. But I did go back and I replayed the entire Crash trilogy via the Insane trilogy. I 100%ed all of them for the first time, which was really fun.
But not the time attacks.
I did for Crash 3, because for Crash 3 you need to do the time trials for Crash for that to get 100%. But because they retroactively added the time trials for 1 and 2, I didn't bother with those. I have been going through...
You didn't even do the Platinum Relics. How dare you?
You don't... No, you don't need to do that even for completion. No, shut up.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
If you want to rip your hair out, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you, but like, holy shit.
Girls, you're both pretty.
But yeah, so I have the only one of the trilogy that I had 100% completed before was Crash 1, again via the Insane trilogy. So I did that again. I gotta say, I love Crash 1. You know, obviously playing the game on PS1 versus the Insane trilogy is a very different story, because the Insane trilogy adds the ability to, you know, die and still get the box gem unless you're going for the color gems. But, you know, I think that Crash 1, I love the platform challenges that game throws. It's a game that's purely focused on platforming. There's no gimmicks like, you know, like a motorcycle or like this like underwater level, or, you know, the jetpack. There's nothing like that. It is purely just platforming, and I really love the challenges that Crash 1 presents to you. I have been going through on the PS4 version of Crash 1 and trying to get all of the gold relics for the platinum trophy for that game. I am almost there. I have about 5 or 6 levels to go, but they are really, really fucking challenging. Fuck the lab, I will say that much. Fuck the lab. But yeah, I think it's
still gotta do platinum.
No, I'm not doing that. Especially not for 1 and 2, because they were not programmed with relics in mind. I gave Crash 1 a 8.5. I think it's a great game. And yeah, 100% it didn't feel tiring. Crash 2, I initially thought was the weakest of the trilogy. I have now come to think it's the best. I adore Crash 2. I keep going back and forth on it, because like sometimes I feel like there's elements about it that don't really work, but then other times I'm like, actually, what was I thinking? I think that this game is amazing. My current score for it is 9. I adore Crash 2. I think with a few exceptions, it has the fairest challenge of the entire trilogy, because a lot of it doesn't feel like it's the game's fault. A lot of it does feel like you just need to hammer down like your skills, and I think that it's, you know, the boss fights like in the first game aren't anything to write home about. I do think that the biggest problem with the game is the backtracking. The backtracking really slows down a lot of moments and makes it... I think that's what made me think it was the weakest initially, but honestly, the backtracking isn't as bad as I remember. It does mean that some portions of the game do feel slower than I would like them to, but ultimately, I think that Crash 2 is, you know, probably the best game in the series. And then Crash 3 is also great, but I definitely think that needing to go after the time relics for 100% completion does make it my least favorite of the trilogy, even though it is really damn good. It is a really damn good game to go through.
That's it. You're fired.
No.
You're fired.
No.
Warped is the best one. Warped is the best one. When we play it on Bun Plays, we will finish this.
The Wrath of Cortex is the better game.
Okay, no, Tifa's the one who's fired here. But no, Crash 3 Warped is a fantastic game. I just think that it's a little too padded because of the time trials. And I do like the time trials for the most part. I just think that making them a requirement for 100% completion makes the game feel padded. And I also think that it's a little too scattershot because of the like the motorcycle level and like all the different gimmicks that the game has, which I do like a lot of them, but I feel like it makes the game a little unfocused as a result. But that's just me. Do you guys have anything to say?
I think you're wrong, because Crash 5 is the best game.
That doesn't exist.
I don't know. I haven't played the Insane Trilogy, and I've only really played 1 and 3, so.
Zen, do you want to go into the next thing on your list?
Yeah, let's go, because we don't have too much time left, and I'm starting to lose function in the face. So
why don't you tackle both of the fighting games that you ended up playing last year?
Okay, we could definitely do that. So let's talk about, I played Multiverses and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now, Multiverses, I think, is the better of the game. Unless you're going to complete them. So let's talk about Multiverses. Multiverses is, in my opinion, a fantastic game. I don't know if it's ever going to return, and thankfully I got the platinum.
We got an update today.
It's really funny you say that. It's really funny you say that, because literally today we got a tease for Multiverses with the official Twitter account going, taps mic, testing, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this is really good timing.
Wow, okay, I didn't see that, but like, I played it when it was in beta. I liked it. We played a little bit, and then I'm like, you know, I should probably finish it before things are like shut down, because we heard about that. So me and my friend Eliza, we started playing, and like most of it you can do pretty easily, but the thing is, like, I played it from like the start, and I completed it on January 4th April 4th of 2023. So like 8 months total of gameplay time, but the bulk of it was January to April, because that time, you know, like I had done pretty much everything on my own except for the multiplayer matches, and the total time to get 300 wins and 500 matches was 30 hours for most of the trophies. And like we played 81 hours to get to the platinum trophy. Now Eliza got hers when a little bit later, because we were helping Eliza get hers, and it was 93 hours. So 12 more hours of play, but just think about it. Like, I played 42 hours of this game just to get all the matches and stuff. So when it goes to completion, it was a lot. But I just think it's a really fun, solid fighter. It needed more characters. It needed a little bit more time and more stages. But like, it is a fantastic fighting game. Like, I love the gameplay. I love the fun with it. I mean, I got the platinum right now is one of the rarest platinums I own. It's a fun time. I definitely recommend, when it comes back up, you check it out, because Multiverses is one of my favorite fighting games right now. I had a lot of fun with it. Completion is a lot. Don't do what I did. We played so many matches every day. Like, we were playing like 25 matches a day, and it was just like, it was starting to get a lot. But Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is the opposite. Very easy platinum. We platinumed it in about 14 and a half hours with Eliza, and it's really good for nostalgia. It's fun once you get used to it, but like, the controls are weird. I can't get over that triangle is jump, and it took me a bit. I got used to it. But the problem is, like, there's no content here. Whereas, like, I do feel like Multiverses needed more fighters. There's barely anyone in Nickelodeon. A lot of the extra content is story mode, which is just you beat up the characters on different stages. But the stages are like 50% good and 50% what are they talking about? Like, a lot of them are so narrow. They're not good stages. A lot of them, you know, like, Multiverses could have used a little bit more stages, but here there's a bunch of stages that are just feel the same and are useless and are like just not really good. It feels like a beta. It's a shallow game. It could have used a lot more to it, and it's like, if I was going to recommend between Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, the first one, or Multiverses, I personally would say Multiverses. They both have problems, but I enjoyed the fighting aspect of Multiverses far more than All-Star Brawl.
And the only one of those two I played was Multiverses. I was actually the one who got Zen into Multiverses, and I'm happy.
This is your fault.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
Yeah, and I did get out of it a little bit once I learned that, like, you know, the beta was going to be closed and they were going to reopen this year. I do hope to get back into it and start playing again. I think also another thing that killed it for us was the start times to play games went from like about like a few seconds for us to like a few minutes for Zen and I don't know if it was just our internets or if it was on Multiverses' end, but I want to come up with a solution to that, because like I had a fun time as all hell playing, you know, online with Zen, but like I just don't understand how we struggled that much to like find games. It was really
It was a lot easier with like when we specifically selected each other, but like invited people to games, but it's still like the people stop playing near the drop-off period, and I'm just like, no, I need to get this trophy. I need to get it. So like, you know, we tended to do a lot of one-on-ones and stuff like that. But like the 2v2 format is really good, and I like the ideas, and I feel like I hope that the beta relaunching to a full game makes it, you know, fixes problems people have. It keeps going. Because I like it. I like the game a lot, even though a lot of people think it's too shallow. I'm like, no, that's the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Yeah, I definitely think of all the Smash clones out there, you know, whether it be Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl, or PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, or what have you. I think I definitely think that Multiverses is the best of all of them. So I really like
it. And it has a lot of cool like in jokes, like the fact that you can go Super Saiyan Shaggy, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we should definitely get Tifa into it with us when it relaunches. We gotta get
Tifa, join us. Join me.
Speaking about you, Tifa, is there any games or such that you would like to talk about next?
Well, I do have a little bit to talk about this one, but because I'm not sure if I should call it shallow, because I mean it's nowhere near shallow, but it does get a bit repetitive. Okay, I played Avatar Frontiers of Pandora when it first came out. Yes,
Which I am also getting soon. Your fault.
And I really like the Avatar films, and yes, I am talking about the James Cameron ones. I am a blue bitch. And so I wanted to play this because I heard so many good things, including that of course, Ubisoft already did a game of Avatar back in 2009, which I mean, it was during the time of the, you know, the game. What was the term? Jesus, I had it on the tip of my tongue. The tie-ins, the game movie tie-ins, and that was not done with James Cameron's team with Lightstorm. This game, however, is, and technically it is part of the canon. It is part of the canon because they do name drop Jake Sully and everything in the game. But this is in another area, like completely different area overall, because you are a Na'vi child that was kidnapped when you were very, very young and pretty much being raised by humans in order to make this program, the apprenticeship program, work to make better relations between humans and the Na'vi. Which, I mean, this does not reflect what happened in real life. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, I read my notes wrong. So, remember how I said Multiverses was 30 hours to complete? Okay, so it's 30 hours for most of the trophies, which meant that like 51 hours was the rest of the grind.
Oh my god.
51 hours, that's a lot for one fighting game.
So, in the game, you escape when you are now pretty much an adult. You're still technically a teenager by going by the years that pass on in the game, because you're very young when the events of the first movie happens. 8 years later occurs. The fight of the Hallelujah Mountains occurs, and you get into cryo chamber. 16 years pass, and then you get released, but the RDA is back, and you gotta escape you get to learn to be not V for the first time, and you get to fight against the RDA in part of the resistance, learn about the different clans that you get to see in the Western frontier, yada yada yada. Trials, tribulations, revelations, betrayals. And it's a fun game. It is fun, but unfortunately it does get repetitive. You do have like your bows and arrows and even some slingshot bombs so that you can use that for combat. You do have access to guns because, I mean, come on, of course. And for me, it's so pretty exploring the world of Pandora because I love that world. It's so green, it's so pretty. You get to see the different fauna, the flora. You get to explore, you get to jump, climb, glide with your ikran and everything. And you get to talk to these different Na'vi of these 3 different clans that you get to meet throughout the game. Of course, you work with the resistance of people who are against the RDA and want to better Pandora and also free Pandora from the grasp of the RDA with your help. The parts that I do find a little bit repetitive it's because even though you do have a wide variety of missions, some of them do feel copy-paste. Like, oh, go to this area, investigate what happened, and then, okay, you got kind of like going into detective mode, being like, okay, this is what happened, go to this area by scent. Okay, either you go into a fight or just find this one person or Navi, then report to the person who asked you for their help, and yada yada yada. Or go to this one place, gather this item, and then donate it to the community basket. Or go to this one RDA facility and take it down. Rinse and repeat.
So it's an Ubisoft game.
And so I'm gonna buy this game, and we're gonna play through it, and this is your fault.
There is this one trophy via Ubisoft because you forcefully need to have an Ubisoft account, I think, for this game, unless you already have one, for the extra loot, which are just like skins. They're just skins for your weapons, and even like an Ikran skin if you want. There's this one trophy via Ubisoft that is pretty much clear an RDA facility in co-op, and I'm like, well, I'm pretty much done with the game when I found this out, because I'm playing this game through the PlayStation 5, not the computer or anything, so I 100%ed this game on the PS5 and was thinking of maybe 100%ing this through the Ubisoft trophies, but unfortunately that one trophy was gonna be a butt because I was like, who else plays this game that I know? Even putting out like maybe a summons on Twitter didn't even help, but there's been like a few Discord channels that have been created to, you know, get people who are into Avatar, who play the game, to like help each other out, but I haven't joined them yet. I just got like a link like last week, but I haven't joined yet because I follow this person on TikTok. And so the other trophies are rather easy, which is like complete your flora and fauna encyclopedias, which I'm like, I'm pretty much almost like without even looking for them, I'm almost done with them. But it's like 150 or 130 entries each, so I'm like, I'm a little bit lazy. Not to mention, you also get attacked by some of the fauna, especially the Thanators, which those assholes can wreck you. So if you're underleveled, you're gonna die. If you're prepared, you might survive.
Yeah.
And you do get an achievement if you kill a Thanator. Doesn't matter if it's a clean kill, because I mean, since the creature is moving and the weak point is very small, for you to be able to do a clean kill is very difficult.
Yeah.
So just get a shotgun and pew pew.
I'm not too into the James Cameron Avatar films myself. I respect them for like James Cameron just going out there and having his own world and lore to explore, but I myself don't particularly care for them. But I'll take your word that it's a nice fun time.
I'll get into it.
With that, with that said, coming back to me, I think we'll make this the last rotation for this half of the video. Again, we will have episode 2 be the second half of everything that we played and watched in 2023. But to end off my section for this video, I think I'll talk about everything that I experienced while in the US, which there was a few things. Let me just have a brief glance over at my my media list. Okay, movie-wise, Zen and I experienced we went to the theater to watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which
it was amazing.
Yeah, both of us it's funny, literally on the plane to California for Casey and Rosen's wedding, which is why the two of us went to California to begin with. We both ended up watching Into the Spider-Verse to like freshen up on Across the Spider-Verse, which wasn't planned. We literally talked, like Zen mentioned it while we were walking from the airport to the car, and I was like, oh my god, same, I watched Into the Spider-Verse as well while on the plane, and so that was a fun little exchange.
She just like me for real.
Yeah, you do be like me for real. And so yeah, Into the Spider-Verse is great. I do have some very, and I do mean very minor quibbles about it. Like, I think while I like Penny Parker and Spider-Ham or Peter Porker, and while I like Spider-Man Noir, but all three of them are funny characters, I also feel like they don't really contribute to the film a whole lot. I think that while they're funny and while I appreciate them being there, it's also like it's really the Miles, Peter, and Gwen show, you know? It's like the three of them don't really contribute a whole lot, which is actually something I think Across the Spider-Verse does better on, but I'll get to that in a sec. I have that, and, you know, also, at parts it can feel like a standard superhero film, but at the same time, I think it's the best, like, you know, standard origin story film we've ever gotten, and I think that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is really good. That said, Across the Spider-Verse is a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing film, and it's one of my new favorite superhero films, period. It's maybe my favorite Spider-Man film ever. I love it. I think that, you know, like, here's how good it is. Its opening credits are not until like 20 minutes into the movie, and it still feels natural. Like, you don't feel the time go by. It is so damn good. The issue I just mentioned about Penny, Porker, and Noir, like, not really feeling like they contribute to the plot, that isn't there. Like, you know, like, the main supporting cast of this film are like Spider-Punk, Pavitri Pepaka, which is Spider-Man India, and then Spider-Man 2099, who kind of acts as a bit of an antagonist in this film. All of them, like, are not just there to add like comic relief or to be like a supporting character. They add to the film's plot. Like, initially it's like, oh, you know, Spider-Punk, you know, is, you know, Hobie's just there to, like, you know, he's like this comedic element adds this comedic element to the film, and, like, you know, he's punk and he's like against the system and all. But as it goes on, you realize, oh, he's the only one who really has Miles's back here, and he adds to the whole plot, like, you know, of, you know, the going against the system of, like, of canon events. He's so good. Pavitra's whole bit about his world going to shit because Miles did the right thing and saved his girlfriend and her dad, and it's like, it's so good. It's so good, and I love everyone having their own style. You know, I would have liked, you know, if the film came out a little later so that the animators weren't crunched, you know, like naughty Lord and Miller. I don't know why you didn't just fucking delay the film, but you know, I think the solution there is to just fucking delay it and not cut back on it, because holy crap, this is one of the most detailed and amazing films I have ever watched. I absolutely loved it.
Same. God, there's no other words to describe this movie. Jesus Christ.
I love Across the Spider-Verse, and it's like, I feel like they're both equally fantastic, but the way Across works is a little bit different from Into. I think Into is a much more condensed narrative and story, and the music highs are much higher, but at the same time, the beats and character development and jokes and fun of Cross are just so good, and it's just like it's hard to choose which one is better, especially because like this is Gwen's story and there's so much trans imagery in there, and there's so much that I love about it, and it's like even if it's subtext, it's like, still trans imagery.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are like, oh, this doesn't mean Gwen is trans. It's like, that's beyond the point. Even if Gwen isn't trans, it's like, it's still trans imagery, you know? Imagery and something that can apply to trans people. It's a narrative that can apply to trans individuals.
So it's like, it's fantastic in that way. I love the music, but like the characters, I think kick it out of the park. I really love Hobie. I really love so much of it.
Sorry to cut you off, Zen. I will say, like, I will say this about the whole trans Gwen thing. No cop in their right mind would have a pin that says like trans lives matter if one of their family members weren't also trans. I will say that much.
Yeah. So like, there's that, but like. There's a lot more character beats here, and I really appreciate like the effort that went into like the multiple Spider-Man scenes, the way the film ends, and just like there's so many things that really resonated with me about Across, even if I don't think the music is as strong as the first film. But that's moot when like they focus so much on making this Gwen's film and not, you know. So it's like I think it's great. Also, Phil, I'm gonna need some chai tea.
Chai tea?
Yeah, it's just chai means tea. God damn it.
You talk about TT, bro, and Hobie is the best character.
Do you want some coffee with your cream?
Hobie's so good, yeah. But like, Across the Spider-Verse is an amazing time. And it is, I'm so glad I got to experience it with you, Zen. Just like how I'm also glad, in the opposite way, I got to experience another Marvel film with you, that being Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which sucked. Oh my god.
Before we talk about that, I just have one thing to say. Phil, why'd you create that guy?
I don't, he's just talking crazy talk. But yeah, Quantumania.
Okay, go on.
I rated Quantumania like a 3 out of 10 when I first saw it. The more time passes, the more I just want to rate it a fucking 2, because this movie is fucking terrible. It's like it
is bad.
It retroactively, and you guys should know me, because like I don't like Thor: Love and Thunder. It retroactively made me go back to Thor: Love and Thunder and be like, you know what? I don't like you, but like at least you had some like consistent like narrative beats you wanted to try and get across and like execute on. There is so much in Quantumania that is such a mess and that is bad. Like
Quantumania is just like there's so many things in Quantumania where like I question the choices, but it simultaneously over explains and under explains what's going on, and it's infuriating.
It's so bad. Like, Kang's the only good part of it, and even then, like, everything around him just fails him quite spectacularly, because it's like, oh, you know, Kang's such a good villain, but also the story kind of just rushes his introduction, and also it's oh my god, like and also the way they like execute him by the end is not very good, and also just
Kang, we had a deal. Our word is our bond.
There are clips on Twitter that I posted of like Zen and I just making fun of this movie. It's so bad. MODOK sucked, and it's like, yes, he's supposed to be ugly, but like he's not supposed to be ugly in the way where it's like a crappy 3D effect. If anything, they could have made him uglier, because as such, it's just a guy's head. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that like Hope had nothing to do. I think I'm at the point now where I can say that Hope is a bad character, because she does nothing of note in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and in this movie she, like, at least in that movie, it's just, in that second movie, it's basically her just retreading old ground, whereas in this movie, she literally just gets nothing. Michael Douglas feels like Michael Douglas feels like he doesn't want to be there. Like, Cassie is failed by the fact that, like, her whole conflict with her dad feels like it's at odds with the story that the movie is actually telling. Like, it feels like this should have been
it feels like we skipped over a movie, and there's two different films, two different tones. I really don't like what they did with MODOK because it doesn't make sense, and they try to redeem him in the end. And like,
what, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I am not a dick, and he sacrificed.
Yes, you
himself.
are.
And like that scene is like that scene is at least slightly made for laughs, but even still, it's like, oh my God,
it's funny, but it doesn't fit. Like, that's the problem I'm having with it. Is like, you have two different tones for films, and the fact that they don't say Kang's name for the first half of the film, and I'm left wondering. Just tell us.
Yeah,
tell us what the hell is going on.
Yeah, fuck it. Like Janet just keeps dragging it on. It's like, oh my God, we're doing this trope where fucking one of the characters is keeping something from the others, and the others know they're keeping something, and they keep saying, tell us what's going on, and the other character's like, I can't because of this and that, and then it's like, oh my God, just get to the fucking point. And it's like, yeah, Quantumania sucks.
It could have been like one film where it's about the relationship between Cassie and Ant-Man and struggling with them being partners, and then another film with the quantum realm, but like it's spliced together in a way that makes it weird, and the humor doesn't work.
This film's by far the worst of the MCU films for me. Like, Incredible Hulk is better than this, Thor Love and Thunder is better than this, Thor The Dark World is fucking by far better than this, because Loki worked so well in that movie. But like, yeah, this is, I think of all the canon main MCU projects, I think the only one that might be worse is Secret Invasion, but I also haven't finished watching Secret Invasion, so I don't feel right saying it's worse definitively. But yeah, this film sucked, and God, like, you are not missing anything, Tifa. It is really fucking bad.
I had less fun watching this than watching Morbius, because at least with Morbius, I was sick and I was riffing on the film.
I mean,
like,
to be fair, by the third act, Zen and I were like riffing on this entire thing as well, and we were having a fun time just laughing at just the fuck, Kang, we had a deal. While he's like,
our word is our bond. He's a villain.
He's like in Giant Man. Like, for context, Tifa, he's Giant Man at this point, and he's reading his lines as if he's fucking throwing a fucking tantrum. It's like, oh my God, it's so hilarious. It's so funny. But yeah, we also I mean, just rounding off the Marvel things we watched, we also ended up watching Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, just the first season. We watched a few episodes of season 2, and I would definitely like to get back to that with Zen at some point. But Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes is such a good show. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 or 5.
It's a fantastic show. I like the first season. I like how it utilizes individual stories that somehow come together at the end and gives you a compelling mystery. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Heroes, fantastic theme song, great characterization. I think probably my favorite version of Thor. I like how they make Hulk intelligent.
It's my favorite Hulk. It's my favorite Hulk to ever be in a movie or TV show.
So it's a lot of fun, and I greatly enjoyed watching that with you, but not as much as watching Hook.
Watching Hook, yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Hook is such a. Oh, well, before I bring that up, I will say that with this rewatch of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I will say that it did make me realize just like how damn good we had as far as Marvel animation at the time was concerned, because we also had Spectacular Spider-Man, which is going to be next on the list after Zen and I finish watching season 2 of Earth's Mightiest Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Yeah, and then we also had like the Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor movies, which were great. God, Marvel animation at the time was great. But yeah, Hook.
Oh, funny thing that you mentioned Hulk versus Wolverine. That was like, that movie I'm not sure if I should spoil who appears in it.
Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay, so that was like aside from the Will Friedle Deadpool who appears in that one Spider-Man cartoon, like in recent years, that just it just bastardized the entire like thing of the character, which no thank you. Hulk versus Wolverine was my proper introduction to Deadpool, and like, I knew very little about the character, but with that I was like, oh, okay. Like, I can kind of get it because I heard because of course, the Wolverine movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine, just bastardized it even further. So I had that like erased from my memory when I saw the proper Deadpool, and I'm like, oh, so this is why people were so pissed off. Also, Fred Tatasciore as the Hulk.
I just posted a GIF in chat where it's from that movie where Deadpool's like, I'm alive, and then Hulk just pounces on him.
And that's at the after credits scene.
Yeah.
I love the non-MCU Hulk. Like, MCU Hulk is great, but the thing that I really like with the animated Hulk here and the stuff that I've seen is just like, he is like this beast, but he has basic intelligence. He's not just the gentle giant that they keep trying to do in the movies.
Yeah.
I personally do like gentle giants, but I mean, the Hulk is as if, just like how the Bruce Banner said in the first Avengers movie, he's like an exposed nerve. Mm-hmm. He's just gonna push.
Yeah. Getting onto Hook. This is also my first time watching Hook, and let it be known, because I see a lot of people like who watched this movie for the first time as adults and didn't grow up with it. I see a lot of because I was looking through reviews on Letterboxd, and I was seeing a lot of people go like, yeah, this film hasn't really aged well and it's not very good. And I just want to say, let it be known that you can still be an adult watching this for the first time and still think it's a great movie, because I really liked Hook. I thought this was a really fun movie.
It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's probably my favorite Peter Pan film. Like, my top 3 right now are Hook, Mary Martin's Peter Pan, with the like exception of that one sequence that the song that they sing in the middle, we can do without Ugga Wug. But like, Mary Martin's my second favorite, and Peter Pan and Wendy surprisingly is third right now. But like, Hook is fantastic. You have Dustin Hoffman, you have Bob Hoskins, fantastic casting. It's a fantastic story. You get Robin Williams to play this character who is Peter Pan, but grew up, and like, you get to show the different sides of Robin's acting, and it's so good. And it's like, I have nothing bad to say about the film except for 2 scenes. The giant Tinkerbell scene was a little bit weird.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that.
And it's just like, because like, I get that they had to bring him back, because like, there's really like, the whole message is about like, you can be a kid at heart, but you still have to grow up, and like, there's a lot of stuff there, and Neverland makes you forget. But the giant Tinkerbell was a little bit much, and the fact that he can remember things from when he was a baby is a little bit much. But then again, I remember things from when I was like 2, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was a great film. I loved the energy that Robin Williams brought to the role. Because Robin Williams just in general is a fantastic actor. I loved Hook himself in this. I thought, like, I love the scene where he's like, he's threatening to commit suicide. He's like, Smee, I am going to die. Don't stop me, Smee. Don't stop me. Don't stop me. Stop me, Smee. Please, please, for the love of God, stop me. Stop me. And then, like, Smee comes in. And that's
don't ever scare me like that again, Smee.
I love that scene so much. It's so good.
My favorite scene is, like, Hook, Captain, I've had an apostrophe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a great film. Did you ever watch it, Tifa?
Yes, I did, but it's been a long while, so I need to, like, rewatch it.
Gotcha. And then as far as other things I did, we did have that movie night where we watched we watched Shaolin with your friends Zen. That was a real fun time. I mainly just remember that film. Excuse me. I mainly just remember
for
that
the
film
kill, for that spear kill.
For that one specific spear kill. Because the entire movie is about, like, this man who loses his family, or loses his daughter, and, like, goes to seek help, but because he was a jackass, he didn't get help. And so, it's this... I don't want to say, would you say martial arts? It's not really martial arts.
It's a martial arts, but it's like, it's more like the way of Shaolin, like Shaolin monks.
Yeah, and there's this one scene where one of the side characters gets a spear put through his chest, and it looks like, oh no, he's done for. But then he takes the guy who got the spear, he impales him on the same spear, and then like flings him off. And then, like, he bows, like, does, like, his hand gesture, and then an explosion goes on and off around him, and he dies. It's so fucking funny while also being
Shaolin
badass.
is very over the top, and it's fun. It's just, like, it's kind of a depressing movie, too.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's in the movie as well as, like, this one, I think, he's a cook, and, like, he makes... I think he's a rice cook or something, and like literally he has multiple fight scenes where he is fighting with like cooking material, and it's really fun. Like, so that was
it's like the god of cookery, but like with Jackie Chan. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that was fun. And then the last thing I'll touch on before we end the stream for today was I did end up playing because as we all know, Zen has a massive collection for like PS3, PS2, and all that. And I was having the itch to play Sly Cooper, because I was like, I'm not going to go through every single game.
No, it's not Cooper. Cooper's a bad word. It's Sly Raccoon.
No.
Raccoon.
I was playing the American version as well, so you can't say that. No, it was Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Yeah, so I was, in the Sly Cooper.
For those who don't know, apparently in Australia they changed it to Sly Raccoon.
Yeah, the first game was changed to Sly Raccoon. I still call it Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus because it's a better name.
I call it Sly Raccoon because it's just so dumb.
Oh yeah. You go on with that. Hold on, the door's being knocked. 1 second.
Yeah, it's just Sly Raccoon is such a dumb name. It's just like
technically he is the raccoon. We're almost done.
Yeah, hold on. My brother was just like, how much longer you got left. With that said,
we have a lot to do still. I'm only halfway
yeah.
done with my stuff.
Yeah, I'm about halfway with my stuff. This is actually perfect because like this goes up to like around June, July, like end of June, start of July. So it's like, it's perfect because then in the second stream we can go over like all the second half. Anyway, I am in the Sly Cooper mood at around this time, and I see Zen has all 3 games on the PS2, and I'm like, hey, you mind if I just play on your PS2? And she's like, of course, go ahead, play on the PS2. It's like, you're welcome.
Because I had just gotten new controllers, so I'm just like, you know what, let's test them out. You can, because we do have 2 new PS2 controllers. We got to break them in.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, so let me use this, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, like, I'm in this, like, mood. Game's right here. I have the PS2 here. So I'm like, okay, let's play, like, through the first game. And, because it has been quite a while since I have played all the Sly Cooper games. And I've played all of them. I played 1 to 4, but, like, it's been quite a while. So I was like, I know I'm not going to go through all of them right now, because I have other games that I want to tackle. But, let's go through, at least the first game. And so I went through all the first game again, and I forgot just how good this first game is, because everyone remembers all the open world games with like 2 and 3. 4 has a bit of a mixed reception. I remember really liking 4, but I gotta go back and play it again. The story,
I remember liking it myself, but like a lot of people are mixed on the story.
I will say with 4, from what I remember, I didn't like the story, but I really like the game. But I have to go back and play it again. But with the first game, I forgot just how good this first game was. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, it was good for its first game, but they improve upon the formula in the second, third, and fourth games. But I forgot, like, no, this game in of itself is really damn good. Like, it holds up better than expected. Like, the vehicle sections with Murray suck ass, and like that part I remembered correctly.
That part is ass, like legitimately
in the third game,
ass.
I was having a lot of problem, like because in the third game you get to save his car because he sacrificed it in the second game, and that's where I got stuck when I was trying to play the trilogy back in the PS3.
Yeah.
But also, you didn't actually complete it because you didn't do the time trials.
Shut up. I 100% completed it. Like on the PS.
You didn't do the time trials.
On the PS3 version, there is no trophy for the time trials. There is absolutely.
But it's not 100%.
I don't care.
I'm gonna do it.
I don't care.
I'm gonna do it.
I got all the pages of the Thievius Raccoonus.
I love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
But yeah, the atmosphere of the game is superb. It's probably the best atmosphere of the entire series, to be real. Just like the more quiet, peaceful, like, you know, and like noir-esque music. The theming behind like every location you go to with the Furious 5 is so good. The platforming challenges were often really nice. The OST is so amazing. It got me back into listening the music in the Sly games. Yeah, Sly 1's just great. I can't wait to replay 2 to 4 inevitably. Don't know when I'm going to do so, but I do want to go back and play the other games as well, or replay the other games as well. And yeah, Sly Cooper's just great.
It's okay. We'll kidnap you and Tifa, and you know we have room at the apartment. Kidnap the Tifa.
I do. The Backslog does, and also the Bun Squad does not endorse kidnapping.
No, unless it's people who are willing to be kidnapped, which are Tifa and Phil.
I do want to go to WrestleMania. I do want to go to WrestleMania next year, which would give me a reason to go to America again. I just gotta wait and see when, you know, or where Mania 41's taking place. Like, the rumor is it's either gonna be in Minnesota or Las Vegas, but they still haven't given us a definitive answer. It's like, come on, WWE, tell us where it is. But
it's in your butt. It's in your butt.
But with that being said, before we move on, Tifa, do you have anything you want to say about Sly Cooper?
It is a fun game, but unfortunately, I have been stuck on that one level since the PlayStation 3, a little bit before the PlayStation 4 was out, unless I'm incorrect. I will have to check my Exophase page to check when was the last time I played it. I really do like how you get like the whole Metal Gear Solid, like sneaky stabby moments in the game, even though the first game it's more platformy, and it doesn't matter if you do go through like all stealthy because you still have to fight characters. In the second one, it's implemented a little bit more, and then you get the third one, which I think it's the better of the trilogy. But
3 is the best. 3 is the best. It doesn't have the Contessa. Suck it, Contessa. I hated that level.
But which is funny because I remember loving the Contessa's levels in 2, but I'll experience that again when we eventually get to
Contessa is evil.
Sly 2. With that being said, that's gonna do it for this very first episode of the Backslog. We still are not done with everything that we experienced in 2023. We still have the second half of each of our lists to go, but I think this is a good place to stop around like the middle of like 2023 of like and like what we had experienced.
I need to ice my jaw, get some ice cream, and like I hurt. My face hurts.
But thank you too for joining me, and thank you for everyone who has joined me up until now. It has been a really fun first stream. You have no idea how long I've wanted to kick this podcast off, and to do it in like on stream also is really nice. I hope you enjoyed the little the foogies that we have on screen as well. These were made by Slushy Pop, and she did an amazing job.
Slushy Pop always does good, as does Tifa and my two wonderful editors, Tifa and Phil. I love you, but also you gotta finish the time trials for your games. You haven't completed them. Tifa, I'm waiting on Sonic. Soon.
Yeah, soon.
If it's any consolations, then I am doing the time trials in Mighty Switch Force, which we can talk about next year.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, though, I'm going to leave this off here. The next Sonic video should be out pretty soon. It'll be the last of the Bun Play Sonic CD. And I am working on Danganronpa. We're going to be scripting that probably more tomorrow because
Yeah.
I would do it today, but I hurt. So.
And we also gotta watch episodes 1 to 3 of Battle Tendency for JoJo, so we can record that as well, because I want to get that recorded by the end of the week.
Get the JoJo's.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that a JoJo reference?
But as for this podcast, I would say, how do you guys feel about doing same time next week on Tuesday for the second half of our lists?
I think that's good for me, but
Me too. I think it's good for me as well, but I will have to keep you updated in terms of my moving situation.
Yeah, have a look at how things are for you, Tifa. But I will of course update all of you as well, all you viewers as well, if we end up changing plans. But for now, you can expect part 2 of the media we experienced in 2023 to come out next week, Tuesday at 12. Well, okay, it's 12 p.m. on my time, but at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Central time, and I think that's 8 in Eastern Standard Time. I think, but yeah.
yes. Yeah. With that being said, I'm Zenith Warrior Princess, the cutest of ghost buns. Phil's fired.
Tifa.
Que tengan muy bonita noche because it's already 7:55 over here.
And I am Filip, telling you all to play more games while you can, because holy damn, our lives are all goddamn busy and such. But with that being said, we are the Backslog crew, and we will catch you guys the next time for our second half of the media experience in 2023. Have a good one, everybody.